Do the old school. Just refresh.
Refresh.
Continue.
Should we continue?
The white supremacists are at work.
She asked me something else.
That's what you can say.
The woman's body.
God.
Her spirit is roaming. Because we have not stopped our content. We've been carrying on.
Oh no, it's working for me.
Yeah, continue.
Oh, you just
Through-
okay.
Yeah, through these days, we haven't stopped the content. So she's not happy with us.
I think she will understand.
She will have to. She ain't got a choice.
Things just have to continue, man.
She will have to. Girl, I don't care what you don't understand. What was the question? What were we talking about earlier, actually? So you're going to ask me on air.
About church and how...
oh, yes.
You said you might walk out of church if they talk about the Queen
Yeah,
again.
so I just think that I get it. No, someone's dead and all that stuff. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think way too much is just going on. What was it I read again?
Or about the collapsed card.
No, not him, not the guy. Shout out to him. I hope he's all right though. And you've got some kind of insurance. No, what were we talking about that made me say that?
You said the football.
Yes, that's
Okay.
it.
Football teams were going to get penalised or something.
Yeah, so there's two local Sheffield football teams.
Yeah.
They're going to get penalised. They've been investigated because after the Queen died, they had matches. And I'm just like...
Yeah, it's not like it's like Sunday league teams. It's not.
Yeah, but even then though, like even if it was Arsenal, like bro, you can't impose on everybody. So that's what led me to say that if on Sunday I hear anything about the Queen again, I'm staging a coup. I'm out.
What did they actually say on that last Sunday?
They were just like, oh, so basically before we started this, because you know what it is? Okay, let me take you there. Before we started the service, right, we usually have an intro, kind of like encouraging words, whatever. Then we pray, then we get into worship. But before we even did that, we all sat down. The person comes out and says, oh, obviously this has been a very difficult week for us. We thought we had good news, obviously Liz Truss. But as one Liz enters, the other one gone. So they were like, obviously it's been a difficult week, but at the same time, we did not think what would happen. I spoke to another elder yesterday and we said, listen, what can we do to mark this, like to acknowledge this? Because this is just something it can't go unsaid or nothing, right? I said, okay. Then he goes and say, it was difficult, blah, blah. And, she had all she's done a great job, all the Commonwealth she had. And I said, all the thieving she did, but okay. And then they went on and said, let's pray. So I don't know whether people are praying for her to be, I guess people are thanking God that, she's now with God. I guess each to their own and what they want to believe in that.
This is it.
But it was like a lot of people praying. Like I've never, because in my church it's like a freestyle prayer. I've never heard that many people pray in my church.
Wow.
But because the Queen died, everyone had something to pray about. And I just feel like...
So it's individuals, so it wasn't like everybody...
No,
pray.
it was individuals.
Okay.
So because that's how we kind of pray in my church. It's like individual people pray as But my thing was like, I think if you want to acknowledge that, that's fine. But I think to start worship or start church acknowledging a human being like you, just because you see them as some form of sovereign, the sovereign of the state or wherever she is. For me, that's idolatry. Because when I think of church here, we leave the worries and the things of the world outside, and then you come into church and it's all about God. So for you to be in church and you're given attention, like literally even before you started worship, I'm sorry, that was wild to me. I think if they did it in between where people are praying normally and then they mention, whatever, that's fine. But I think to start off God's day and God's time, acknowledging the Queen, it's just wild to me, man.
But she's the head of the Church of England.
Not my church.
But don't you go to a white church?
Yeah, but I don't go to Church of England or Catholic Church.
Where's
So
it?
she really has no business in there.
What type of church is it?
Evangelical.
Okay.
But everyone's white.
Not everyone. There's black families in there as well.
Yeah, I mean,
But the foundation,
but-
the root,
Okay.
It's white.
is white rooted.
If it was Sister Agnes who passed away, our dear Sister Agnes, would you feel differently if they acknowledged her?
No, because they don't do that.
Okay.
It would usually be during the announcements. Do you get me? So during the announcements, they would then, because we do announcements of like, what people are going through, people that want to pray, blah, blah. That's when they will usually say that. So that's another thing, because it's the Queen, You have to. I think for me, it's just bad taste to
The Queen. No, but the thing
you
is,
have to start off the
but
service like that.
in life, there is hierarchy in it.
It's the church, though.
The Queen is, more important than
No, but you know what it is, though?
in the eyes of these people, isn't it?
No, but you know another thing, though? The thing is that if the Queen was to come to my church, she shouldn't get a special seat. It's even in the Bible that you shouldn't acknowledge the people that are the most popular in the society, and the richest and the kings and whatever. You sit down like everybody else.
Yeah, no, that's
but them
the
doing
same in
that
mosque as well.
Do you know what I mean? So, but them doing that made me realize that for me, so it's like she's the most important thing. You've got to, before you even thank God for allowing us to come here on a Sunday, you're talking about the Queen and praying for the Queen.
That I understand. The order of the service, I understand. You do acknowledge God before you acknowledge the Queen.
Yeah. And they acknowledge the Queen before they acknowledge God.
But did they really though? Because when you're saying that, I mean, because they're praying to God, innit? About her. So it's not like you're not acknowledging God. They must have started off the service saying, thank everyone for coming, or whatever, however they started it, and said, thank God that we're here and alive. But
No. They did not. This is my point. Because it was after that, after the Queen stuff, is then we then went on to do the intro, where we then thank God for allowing us the grace to be here another day.
Okay.
It was just, I don't know, bad taste to me. And if it happens this Sunday, I'm walking out.
This is like, she's your
I don't know.
queen
I just think it's idolatry, in my opinion. I just think
the
that
vision
I didn't.
of perfection.
I just think God's creations are God's creation, regardless of whatever status and title they may have in the world. And I think when you go to church, like literally, church is God's time. We worship once a week. The least we can do is make it all about God. And I think to put the Queen above, like, worshiping God is just very distasteful to me.
I think the only thing I kind of disagree with is that I wasn't in your church, so I don't know in there.
Yeah.
But I'm finding it a bit hard to believe that they at least think that they put in her above God, innit?
But of course they don't think that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's maybe just how they kind of
No,
saying
but
it.
just because you don't think something, don't mean you're not doing it.
This is true.
So
Also.
they might not think there's anything wrong with what they're doing, but the reality of what you're doing is that you are putting another human being ahead of God. I think we should have started the service, and then in the person's intro, they could have then said what they were going to say.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I think you should, that's another way to do it. But
Yeah.
I think to literally have two separate intros, and the first intro is to praise the Queen. Anyway, got to see all of you at pearly gates. This will come up on your file, on your document, because it's just wild to me. It was very, very wild to me.
Remember, the church has to address like regular things as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but again, though, they do it after they've acknowledged God.
Yeah.
To address regular things before you address God is wild. Do you get what I mean? Like,
I get you.
when other people have passed away, that important people, Philip and them. Actually, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm sure Philip must have been spoken about at some point. But do you get what I mean? Like, it's never ahead of God. Do you get what I mean? Because do you know what's mad as well? It's that it's not even the person who did the intro to the service. It's a whole other person. And do you know what's mad about? This man never wears a suit unless he's preaching. Guess what he brought out?
Is it?
Wore a suit.
It was a very
To announce the
important time.
Queen.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, he's paying his respects.
Nah, man. Nah. Brent, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ebony Onyx says, what religion does Iman's family practice?
Christianity.
What
She's
version?
your
Huh?
I think she means what version of
Queen to
Christianity.
What version of Christianity?
As
Is
in
it
what,
white garment?
Okay, yeah,
denomination.
Celestial.
White. Celestial. Yeah, white. Yeah, celestial, isn't it? Celestial Church of Christ.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he used to
Yeah,
go
man.
there.
okay. No, I don't know. I just
Yeah, he used to walk barefoot around the marketplace and stuff.
Oh, well, they wear shoes, no?
You said the marketplace. Did you say the marketplace?
Yeah.
Can I say that's reminded me? So basically, yeah, I clocked that, you know how Brent does the thumbnails?
Yeah, he keeps.
Yes, can you imagine?
So, you know,
On,
Iman was
on
gone.
day one, he left it there. When Iman wasn't here, then when Iman was here, he still put it there.
No.
No, but you don't know.
No,
when
they
Iman wasn't
marked.
here, remember
Yeah.
you brought something, you said, oh, why isn't there a thumbnail? And he said,
Yeah.
because usually it's 3 people.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd to do with
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
Cool. But the next day when we talk about the white garment church,
Yeah, he put it there.
he had no white garment
Yeah.
people.
No, but he put it again. He put it twice in
Yeah, he
it.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday.
Because he was away.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
It absolutely cracked me the heck up.
I've never seen him in one of those robes though. It'd be nice to see him like
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to come to church, and I'll go.
Oh, do you wear the robe?
that
I'm not
Sunday.
dressing up.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm not dressing now.
Hold on, actually,
Like it's a costume party.
you mentioned. Because I was asking about the different denominations of Christianity, right?
Oh,
And
dear.
Esther, believe me, if I'm incorrect, correct
I'm
me,
sure
right?
you're correct. You know what I said.
It was that celestials is not an official type of Christianity.
They're
They-
official in their eyes.
Yeah. So then I kind of paralleled it to Nation of Islam.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but Esther said it was a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what you
stand by that.
consider a cult, though.
But no, what I'm trying to say is you're involved.
Yeah, a cult is not a
you're
good place
involved.
to be.
You're involved in two,
Yes.
not one, but
Yes.
two
Yes, yes.
subsidiaries of religion.
Do you know why? Because
Subsidiary.
do you know why? Because in both of those belief systems,
Yeah.
they place a priority and a hierarchy on black people.
You're a rogue.
No, I just care about black people.
You're a rebel.
You see, all right, watch this. Evangelical church, right? Or white church, as you're saying.
Yeah.
If it doesn't address the concerns of black people, I'm not interested.
Okay, fair.
Same with the mosque.
Yeah.
If it doesn't address the concern of black people, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
If God doesn't address the concern of black people, I'm not interested.
So what's the ethos of a celestial church in terms of black people?
It's just very. It's just very.
It's very cultural.
Yeah, it's very cultural.
Okay.
It speaks to the reality of what we go through. You know what I'm saying? Like it speaks to the reality that these people predominantly are Yoruba people.
Okay.
So a lot of the songs are in Yoruba.
Okay.
A lot of the practices are in Yoruba. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
it's influenced by our culture.
Okay. I had no idea.
So you're black first and then you're Christian, basically.
100%. Why? Because I was born black. No one's born a Christian or born a Muslim. You may think you are, but you're not. The reality is you're born a black person.
But what
Or you're born a Yoruba person. Or Trinidadian or whatever it may be.
I think I am born in sin, right? I think everybody.
Yeah, that's how we got saved.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think
Poor
everybody's
faces.
born in. I think everybody's born in sin, right?
Yeah.
Sin has no color, right? So that's the very first instance of existence for
Did
me.
you say born into sin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, not
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
born as in you're a sinner.
I'm born.
Yeah,
a
you're
sinner.
born a
I'm
sinner.
born a sinner.
So
I
you're
believe
born
I'm
into
a
sin. You're born a sinner.
Without sins being committed.
It's through Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
passed
okay.
down.
I'm thinking as a baby.
It's like a human curse.
Yeah.
Human
and
race
then,
curse.
And then when it is I now place myself, my positioning in the world, I then get identity outside of that. And that's when it is my niggerness comes out. And obviously, if I'm born in a land that is predominantly black, I am not even black. I am just still Brent. I'm still
Yeah.
born in sin. So my blackness comes only because of the land in which it is I now exist in.
Iman shaking his head.
And that's fine. That's fine. That's just my opinion. He can shake his head all he likes. So for first, I see myself as a Christian.
That's why you laugh.
It's just like me and you used to connect.
No, why? Because I said that because I forgot that he could actually see him. Shaking his head on the screen. I was just telling him, like, he's shaking his head at you.
I see myself as a Christian first and then a black man.
Yeah.
All right, but let me just jump in real quick.
Yeah.
You said you're born in sin, right?
Yes.
Cool. In the Bible, in sin did our mothers conceive us, right? Fantastic. But you got to do something about that sin, right?
Yes.
All right, and that, at least from the Christian point of view, is accepting Christ as Lord and Savior, and etc. Right?
Yes.
Can you do that at the age of 25, for example?
Yes.
You can. Would you recognize that you're black before the age of 25?
Yeah, but like I said, I understand that who I am is based on my experiences, right?
Okay.
Based on where I've born, where I've grown up, who has basically fed into me. Yes. And from the earliest knowledge, my parents have instilled an identity of me being under the grace of God before me being a black man.
Yeah.
Because I was born in Trinidad. Do you understand? If I was born in this country, I would probably see myself and the differences quicker because of the white people that are around me.
Yeah.
But I was born in Trinidad.
They're all black.
So The majority, especially in my community, it's black and Indian in Trinidad, but majority black. But I'm not sure if it is that you understand that my consciousness is rooted in the understanding that I am a child of God.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what I have consciously chosen. Right?
Yeah.
And I feel that that's very powerful. Yes, God has placed me in a black family. And I acknowledge that. But I acknowledge that only because I acknowledge God. Do you understand? Before I am anything, I am a child of God. Before I am anything, I am a creation of God.
100%, like everybody, innit?
No, but you're asking me what do I identify as first before the other. I'm telling you, this is what I identify as first before. Because of this.
I get what you're saying.
I'm giving you my reasoning.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you're a child of God, right? First and foremost, like you said, we're all born children of God, for example, right? But being a child of God is different to being a Christian. To you, it may not be. You may see the two as, you know what I'm saying, the same.
Right, so let me change that terminology. Let's say I'm a creation of God, because me being a child of God and being a Christian is the same bloody difference to me.
Okay, cool. But how? No one's born a Christian. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's why I said let's change that terminology and say I am created by God.
Okay, cool. So
because a child of God for me is the same as being a Christian. So let me remove that terminology.
Okay, so you're basically saying I'm a creation of God before I'm black.
Yes.
Not that you're a Christian before you're black.
No. And like I said, my understanding of me, my place in this world, it wasn't me being black then a Christian. My first knowledge of any information being given to me is my parents telling me about
Christ.
who I am and yes, and what God has done for me. Do you understand?
Okay.
Me being black wasn't a thing because everybody around me was black.
It's black. Okay.
Do you understand? So that identity of needing to be black. I would quicker say I knew more about the village which is I lived in than me being black.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because the village was different to the other villages. I would know more about me, my school, than me being black.
Yeah.
Right? Because you had different schools around there. Right? So my first ever knowledge was, yes, the love of God.
That makes sense to me. But then that's very particular to you and the type of upbringing and background, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to what I'm assuming, and Esther has to correct me here, what I'm assuming is, for example, your idea, which is because I'm a Christian, that's the thing that ranks highest to me, and then I'm black. Or, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not necessarily anything that was based on your background and stuff. It's just the fact that I'm a Christian now, so therefore, to me, I've always been a Christian.
No, but my story is very similar to, I guess, exactly the same as Brent's, because I grew up in Nigeria. Everyone around me was black. I didn't ever have a reason to be conscious of the fact that I was black. Okay. I was just me. I was just Esther. But for me, I would say my first identity is being a Christian, because my entire growing up, the way I was raised and everything is rooted in understanding that I am because God is. Okay. So for me, I would say I'm a Christian first before I'm black.
Okay, let's be more specific, right? Are you a Christian before you're Yoruba?
Yes, I'm a Christian before I'm anything.
How is that possible though?
Because I think it's a personal thing. This is how I feel.
It's a choice. It's basically you saying, okay, you know what? The hierarchy to me.
Yeah.
So I'm choosing, not necessarily that this actually happened.
No, but this is how I feel like I have been raised though. No, because again, the Yoruba thing. Obviously I grew up to understand there's different tribes and whatever in school and stuff. But again, born into a Yoruba family, everyone around me spoke Yoruba. Even like the area I lived, Yoruba was the main form of language and stuff. So my first identity that I would say that I embodied or I lived in was in being a Christian.
This is an interesting conversation.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just not making sense of it. Only because...
Share your opinion. Tell me how you see it.
I'm looking at what the facts are, at least from my perspective, right? That I'm born into a Yoruba household. That's all I am. To become a Christian, to become a Muslim, to become a Jew, whatever the hell it is, right?
Yeah.
There's a decision that's being made.
You're saying that comes after the fact?
It has to come up.
So the first fact is, I'm black.
Yeah.
Now the second choice is...
It's not black.
And even forget black. Exactly.
Not black, it's tribe.
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
exactly.
Black.
That's why I threw away the black thing,
cool.
right? Because black again is a racial construct that we then.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yoruba first,
Yeah.
almost.
But Yoruba first. This is what you are. This is your culture. This is your name, everything, your language, everything is Yoruba first.
Yeah.
Then you made a decision to say, I'm a Christian. You see what I'm saying?
I hear that. All right. So what does Yoruba come with spirituality wise? What's attached to that Yoruba identity spiritually wise?
It depends because it varies. Like all of us here, like Yusuf is Yoruba, but he's Muslim. I'm Yoruba, but we're Christian.
No,
So I'm
from the
saying-
very beginning, that's what I'm saying. From the very beginning. Is there something attached to that's spiritually connected?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
What does that look like?
It's something called Ifa. And
So
that's
you were born
basically-
Ifa?
No, I wasn't because my family was Christian.
So what are you saying? So you...
But I'm not. No.
Can you see what you're saying though?
No. Listen, remember being a Christian, right? You may have it's just like someone saying this country is a Christian country. It's not. To be a Christian, that's like saying everyone in the country is, when they die, again, in line with the Christian ideology, you would then go to heaven. That's not the case because you have to make a conscious decision to be a Christian. To be a Muslim, you have to say the Shahada.
All right.
To be a Muslim.
All right. So you're Yoruba first, yes?
Yeah.
Who created you?
God.
Is that intertwined into the Yoruba belief system?
100%. Because we believe in
As
one
the
God.
very, very staple.
100%.
You identify or you acknowledge that there was something bigger than you, right? From the very
100%.
beginning.
Yes.
Right. So even before you were actually born,
Yeah.
this entity exists, right?
100%.
So now that you are pushed out of your mother's tummy, you now assimilate that particular belief system, yes?
Okay.
So right from the very beginning, before you can speak, you are what spiritually?
I'm a creation of God, like you said.
And this is what I'm telling you.
But that's not Christianity. That's what I'm saying. You're calling it that.
Remember, my understanding of Christianity has honed into magnificence as I've grown older and known more, yes?
Okay.
But that doesn't negate the fact that he existed before I even knew that level of knowledge.
Okay, that means we're talking about different things then. If you're saying to me, am I a creation of God before I'm black? 100%. You see what I'm saying? 100%.
You asked me,
But to then
what
say
do
I'm
I
a-
see myself as first before something else,
Yeah.
right? And I told you, for as long as I know anything, I didn't know myself as black because I was around black people 24/7.
Yes.
This was the initial question you asked me.
Yeah.
Do I see myself as black first or a Christian first?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm telling you, the construct of blackness wasn't present for me.
I understand.
Right? So in my head, there's only one option that you've given me, which is Christianity.
I understand,
'Cause that's
but-
the knowledge that I have been exposed to from my very first knowing.
But there's plenty of people who grew up in Christian families, right? Who are not Christians. So they can say the same
You
thing.
asked me a question.
they
That's
won't
what I'm
though.
trying. Huh?
They wouldn't say the
That's
same thing.
Exactly. And why is that? Because it's a choice. That's what I'm trying to say.
Not
It's like-
necessarily, but we're speaking on how it is like our personal. So it's going to vary depending on whoever it is that you speak to.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? So I think
But
someone
I'm
being
looking at
born.
the reasoning. Because Brent's basically saying, I was brought up in a Christian family, right?
Yeah, but again,
and that's the first thing I identified.
No, but the
with.
important thing there is that he.
Yes.
That's how he identifies. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, but to
It's
be
not
brought
one
up-
size fits all.
100%. But to be brought up in a Christian family does not make you a Christian.
Did I say that?
I know
Did
you
I
didn't.
say
I
that?
know you didn't. I know
All
you
right,
didn't. But
okay,
what-
let's just establish that.
Exactly. This is why I'm agreeing with what you're saying about saying, oh, I'm a creation of God, and then I'm black, or then I'm Trinidad, or then I'm Yoruba. I understand that, 100%. But my initial thing was, are you black before Christianity? You know what I'm saying? Or are you Christian before black?
And I still stand
I'm
by I
Christian
am a
before I'm
Christian
black.
before I'm black.
All right, cool. I guess,
Agree to disagree.
yeah.
Not me.
To me,
No.
to me,
Yo.
to me,
Yo.
to me, it's simple. It's like I can become a Muslim today. How can I be a Muslim before I'm black? When for X amount of years I've been black. You see what I'm saying? Unless we're now talking about what we choose to say as our priority in terms of our identity, then I can understand.
Yeah,
That's up to you.
I think it's obviously what do you identify with the most,
Exactly.
and what kind of leads your life. Is it religion? Is it culture? Is it just your race? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're asking. I don't know if it is I am translating it differently because in my mind, when I've come to a certain level of understanding of again my place in the world,
Yeah.
I know more about what existed before me, right? What predated this particular level of knowledge,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't matter what stage of that particular understanding hits me, it would still be true. God still existed before I existed. Do you understand? I am just kind of now catching up into what has been. So when you talk about fact, I wasn't black before he said, I am now going to place you into such and such. I was his creation. I was his son. Do you understand? He now placed me in this mold.
Also,
Do you understand? I could have been a white man, God forbid. I could have been a white man. My consciousness, my spirit.
no offense to the whites listening.
I could give a flying.
Take offense, don't take offense.
Go on. A
I
flying
can give a flying fudge, man.
fudge.
They want to be black.
Fudgesicle.
They be
Also,
black if they
that's
could.
another facet of the conversation, yeah? Obviously, you guys are speaking about what you identify as, yeah? Does it matter about how you're perceived? So when you walk out of your door and people see you, what's the first thing they see? Is it a black man? Is it a Christian man? Is it a Yoruba man? Does the perception matter?
That's a fantastic question.
No, it doesn't matter to me because
I think it does.
Because for me, when I walk out, you see a black woman. When you get to talk to me, one of the first things you know about me is I'm a Christian. So it can't matter to me
if it's asked, or like, is that something you spew out of your being?
I think I spew out of my being. I think it comes out of my being. I think in conversations I have and the way I even treat people and stuff like that, it can be a testament to my faith.
See, the thing is, right, I fully get your angle, like your perspective, and I respect it 100%.
Yeah.
But and this is why I say useful question, a fantastic question, because like no police has pulled me over for being a Christian. Never in life. Yeah. No white person is treating me badly or good because I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because I'm black first. And in this world in 2022, that's what I am. They don't care about the Yoruba part, they care about black.
Brother, it's a time in which it is that we live in. Come on. If it is that you go to this predominantly black place that is Nigeria, you will get attacked just because you're a Christian.
Yeah,
It's the way
because
you
there's
live.
Christians being killed in Nigeria at the
Literally.
moment as we speak.
Yeah, but we know this.
And if it is you go further back, again, you know about how it is that Muslims and Christians were fighting left, right, and centre.
Yeah, do you know what it is? That's actually a good point because when I think about it, in Nigeria, for example, everyone's black here. Most people are black anyway.
Yeah.
When I see people, I don't see them. I can see maybe I can kind of tell their religion before I may be able to tell.
Based off of what about
So so for example, it's like
dress?
someone who's like a Muslim is dressing, you know how Muslims dress.
Yeah.
I would able to tell. I would think of the person as Muslim before I would think of them as Christian. If it's a Christian in a white garment, I would see them as. I think what Brent said is depends on the
But
society.
I think that's
100%
because
does.
that's Africa. So everyone's black.
Yeah.
So that means you're identified more so as your religion. Then.
And when you talk about the Roman Empire, they identified as Romans, but yet they had all different races and creed, right?
Yeah.
Right. I understand that people don't just associate with what we now see as, all right, you're black, this is what it means.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
This is why above everything, I wouldn't even say that like black should be the hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's who you are as a people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But because we live in where we are and the world is the way it is, black is that unifying thing, it's that overarching principle that can unite us.
I think I'm more inclined to agree with Eman's sentiment. I know this conversation is it's personal, isn't it? It's about what you believe in.
Yeah.
No,
But
the
I
different
think
points that have been made.
Yeah.
When you say you agree with Emmanuel, what are you agreeing with?
that we are, well, one, we're seen as black first, and that we're
In the
black
Western world.
in the Western world,
Okay.
especially here, and that we're black first before anything else.
Because this world is racist, which is we live in. Everything is constructed around race. I mean, even as he says he's a pro-black activist, he also falls into a particular mold.
Yeah.
Because he has to now. He has to. It's a choice he's making. If again, it's a perfect world,
For our
that
survival.
wouldn't be the case.
Yes,
So yes,
exactly.
yes, they see us as black because you also see yourself as black.
Yeah.
Yes. But in Nigeria, if you were born there, you won't be seeing that.
Yeah, but you see yourself as a tribe and then
This
you
is what
face
I'm
a
saying.
different thing.
Good. So again, my focus is we are talking about what did you see yourself as before when is you were born, yes?
Yeah.
You are now living in a 30-something-year-old body, right? The most important thing now is the present, right? And what the future is going to hold, right? What trumps everything for you? Your blackness or your spirituality? Because the teachings that you follow, it will say, no, do not look to basically judge a man based on the color of its skin.
But at the same time, I'm living in a world where actively, my spirituality is not going to get me killed. You know what I'm saying? And with that, and religion means nothing if I'm dead, nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in this world currently, where I am in the world as well, being black, right, is that thing that I have to understand I am first before anything else. When you speak to me, like Esther was saying, then you would know this is my belief system. This is, you know what I'm trying to say, this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But survival is key.
Yeah, because we more navigate our lives, especially here, as black people first. Our interactions, us trying to get jobs, navigating the rat race, it's all based on us being black, not us being Christian or Muslim. No?
Again, it depends.
I think it depends.
But
Okay, cool. This conversation is subjective, but in terms of a lot of it is based on how people see us and how we navigate interactions with other people, innit? And when they see us, they think black person first. So in exchange, we have to meet them with that then.
I can't lie. I think I navigate the world more as a Christian than I do as I'm black. I think that being black comes into it.
I think those two can come hand in hand in terms of how you live your life, your moral standing, your beliefs, your mantras, all that stuff. They do intertwine.
Yeah.
I'm a black Christian, so I walk accordingly in that light. But I feel like we can't ignore how we're seen.
Yeah.
When Brent walks out of that door and people walk past, they think that's a black man. They don't think that's a Christian man or he's Caribbean.
Yeah, but then
And then so we can't, like we're almost forced to walk in that light.
Yeah, but we don't have it. We have to walk in that light though, because of the society we're in.
Yeah.
So it's not like a.
But when you're asked, you can say, I identify more as a Christian. But
Yeah.
every single day, trust me, you're probably walking more in the light of a black woman because that's what society is forcing you to do.
I actually don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's fair.
I think I walk more as a Christian.
Because that's what's in your heart.
Yeah, and then what is in my heart is what manifests into my being. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the ways that I live, the things that I do, a lot of that is because I'm a Christian and not so much
A black woman.
me being a black woman.
I think those two things, I think what you're saying is more just a combination of both.
Yeah.
I think you walk in the light of a black woman who's a Christian.
There's a comment here. Once upon a time, there were no white people on earth. Everyone was brown. Spirituality still existed then. What's your take on that, Emmanuel?
What type of spirituality are we talking about? There was no Christianity then. There was no Islam. There was none of that.
So can I say this is what you people need to be calling in for? To explain this point? Because that's a good point.
Yeah. Call in, please. Elaborate.
So is that bottled water? Is it fresh?
You said there was no Christianity. You mean
Yeah, it's
the form of what we now understand as Christianity? Because
Yeah.
the worship of God, the quote-unquote one true God, existed before Christianity as it stands. So when I hear Christianity, I don't just hear followers of Christ as in just Jesus, because Jesus existed from the very beginning.
But you have to, Brent.
Why?
Because that's what Christianity is.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if it is that we can basically have this discussion. If it's just black and white without the nuance of understanding that Christianity is the following of Christ. Yes.
Yes.
Has Christ just come about in the New Testament?
The revelation of Christ has come about.
All right, and that's
New
based.
Testament.
Right now, you can say Christianity, and you can. Somebody in Rome, the flipping Pope, will say he's a Christian, right? Some people may believe he's not because his version of Christianity is different. Yes.
Yeah.
So when I talk about Christianity, I don't just talk about what one person might think and then the other might think. I see it as God, Holy Ghost, and Jesus were in the very beginning, and anybody who follows God, that 3 in 1, was a follower of Christ.
Okay. And do you think before Christianity came, people were following that God 3 in 1?
We understand what happened in the Old Testament, right? Yes.
I need to know what you mean.
We understand
first.
all the prophets.
Yeah.
We hear all the stories.
Yes.
We understood that he had his people. Yes.
Yes.
Who is people?
Israel.
The Israelites. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he spoke about them and he spoke about their promise all throughout the Bible. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. We are still living under that particular promise, or are we not? Has it changed?
No, we living on the promise.
Emmanuel.
So what is the promise exactly?
No. You said yes, that you understood that.
No,
Yes?
I understand what you're saying. So this is why I was quiet in the beginning.
What was the promise that God made to the Israelites?
You have to be tell me. You have to tell me.
I'm asking you if you know.
Okay, to me, the promise is that I'm going to give you a promised land.
Yes.
Right, and you are my chosen people.
Yes, and when Jesus came, did that promise change?
It was fulfilled, but it included more people.
All right, more people. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Whenever anybody talks about Christianity, I don't just look at it in a linear manner, because I know that everybody's understanding of Christianity is different. Yes.
Wait, can I jump in quick?
Go on.
You gave an example of the Pope, right?
Yes.
And some may say, like Esther, I'm assuming, right? You would say he's not a Christian.
Yep.
But what you need to understand is that's your opinion, right? And his opinion is he's
God's
a Christian.
opinion too, but yeah.
No, you can't say God's opinion because Christianity is very simple, right? In a sense that to be a Christian is just that you believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God, right? You believe that he's your savior, and by him, that's the only route to God, right? And he died for you, and in his resurrection, you have eternal life. That's it. All the other stuff is tenets that vary from denomination to denomination. The Pope, as a Catholic church, the head of the Catholic Church, right? Over 1 billion people, maybe, believes, at least from his mouth, from what we've heard, what we believe on and know about the Catholic Church, is that he believes Christ is the Son of God. It's the same way you do. So to say he's not a Christian, or he's less of a Christian, or he's a bad Christian, or he's a fake Christian, that's a different discussion overall.
This is why I said I don't look at it linear.
Exactly.
Because if the definition of what it is you just said a Christian is, you go by, yes, 100%. Anybody who says this is the case, this is the case, yes? But the next thing is, what happens when you die? Where do you go, right? That's the main...
Before we get there, Brent, right?
Yeah.
I mention all of that just to say, that's what makes one a Christian, right? But if you're now saying at some point in time, before the revelation of Christ and this, that, and the third, and to you see Christianity as when someone acknowledges that God exists and that he's 3 in 1, right? I have to disagree because there was no revelation to anyone about any 3 in 1 before
but
Christianity.
This is the beauty of it, Emmanuel. You don't need to have that revelation of 3 in 1. Each one is the one.
So that means just the belief that
That's
a
what
God,
I told.
that
This is why I said
that a one God
this
exists.
is why I said the one true God. This is why I said that before Christ came along in Old Testament, you had all of those people that basically didn't fall under that particular description of Christian. Where did they go? That's why I said I don't see Christianity as the way as linear as you're suggesting.
So are you saying they are Christians then?
100%. They are followers of God. They are followers of the one true God.
Okay, cool.
That's what I said. I don't see it like how you're
cool.
pitching it.
All right, cool. At least we have that understanding. Then,
And this goes back to the point. Before all of this, there were no white people on the earth. Yes, but there was still. She mentioned, I don't know if she mentioned Christianity, but whatever. I'm saying, what about spirituality then? There was no difference between hue of skin and all the constructs that came after that.
Yeah.
What then? Who were you first? What were you first?
You again, it's kind of like what we said before. You would then be a creation of God because without God, you wouldn't be here.
And this is why I said this is how my mind works.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying is to then say, or like for people to understand how your mind works and just accept that you're saying you're a Christian first. To me, that's wrong because they're not Christians.
You realize you asked me a pointed question, right? I'm understanding you saying Christian, and I've just told you why I've not said what I've said because I didn't hear Christian the way you have sculpted it. You understand?
Cool.
So now that we've talked,
yes,
now you understand why I said what I said, and I'm not changing my mind.
All right, cool. And I understand that because now I get what you're saying. You're saying we're creations of God. This, that, and the third, and that comes first. I agree with you.
Because in the beginning, there was something.
You.
In the end, where are we going?
Okay.
We're going to black world? What is this particular bus pass that I need something better than that. Do you understand?
All right.
I need something. That is what governs me. That's what governs my character as a black man.
Even
if I was a white man, that's what would govern my character. That's why I'm kind to people because of what it is I intrinsically believe in.
100%.
Do you understand? I can't be anything other than that. I want the world to be less, you are black and you are white. Do you understand? Because it wasn't like that before.
Facts.
It was not like that before.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm idealistic.
I look, like I said, I understand what you're saying. And to me, religion is a beautiful thing because it can unify people of different belief systems, right? Why is this a laugh? Well, someone said...
You're nasty in the comments.
What happened?
Talking about Brent's grip.
On Iman's arm.
Anyway. Silly people.
So, like, to me, right, religion does something that race can't do, right? Which is unify people from different races. You know what I'm saying? It brings the human, it can, I should say, doesn't always, definitely doesn't always, right? Bring people from different races together. Beautiful. My only issue is, a lot of time with religion, is that we substitute what we are for the belief systems for the things that come with these religions. Because these religions all come from particular cultures. And a lot of time we substitute the practices of our culture for this religion. We call it, yes, it's for religion, but really you're adopting somebody else's culture.
Yeah, but isn't our culture wanting us to be worshipping the god of thunder and lightning and them?
Yeah, but that's our culture. And
And
it's
this is why I'm
not,
Christian first.
no, but it doesn't. You remember, you're saying it through a Eurocentric view. These people are not gods. You know what I'm saying? They're
No, but they were called God of Thunder.
because of Europe, because of white people interpreting it as that. There's no word for Orisha.
So, but what was so? But then, how didn't the people worship them? And the people looked to them for answers. People essentially prayed to them. So, what were they then? They're gods.
Okay, it would be kind of in the same way that in the Old Testament, people relied on angel Michael or angel Gabriel to get messages to God and back again, because you see them as a medium. You know what I'm saying? You don't worship them as God. There's no Yoruba person, right, who believes Shango is God.
Yeah,
None.
but they were praying to these things to give them answers and stuff. It wasn't like they weren't the go between human beings and God the Almighty.
They are.
They were looking at these things as God, as in to get answers.
No, like you can reverence and you can even if you want to say worship, but there's an understanding in Yoruba thought, right, that there's only one God, only ever been one God. These people, like I said, a lot of these people were human beings. They were deified in death. You know what I'm saying? And these are just mediums to get to God. You know what I'm saying? And the expressions of God. So you remember back, is it kind of like what Brent was saying earlier about God revealing himself in three persons? There was a time when no one knew about no three persons.
Yeah.
There was just one God, right? Until God revealed himself in a particular way. Sometimes, at least for my belief system, right, I believe some people, you get aspects of God until the consciousness opens up and then you can see him differently. So thousands of years ago, you would have thought, oh yeah, there is a God of thunder, or there is a God of the ocean, because of the power, and you can recognize, you know what, this thing is more powerful than me. There's something I have to revere about this particular thing. But with the consciousness open up, you realize these are all aspects or manifestations of the power of one being. And that's what it is. So that's why a lot of the time, remember, a lot of people's belief system, especially when you look at Yoruba ideology, right?
Yeah.
It's through the West. They're translating something into English. You know what I'm saying? And you lose the meaning. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what we mentioned the other day when we were talking about the devil. Bare Yoruba people believe Eshu is the devil. Eshu is not the devil.
I don't know, man. I think when I learned these things from when I was younger and stuff, as in like the God of thunder, God of lightning and stuff, it was never taught to me that they were a go-between between human beings. Like, from what I've been taught is that they actually looked to these things as gods. And like even in the Bible, it does talk about like the other gods that people serve. So I don't think it was ever, because even who was it that doing like a battle, like a god battle basically?
Yeah.
Where I think it was Moses and Aaron, wasn't it? And they were praying to the God Almighty, and then the king's advisors or whatever were praying to the gods that they believed in. So I don't. At that point, I don't agree. I didn't agree with.
That's different, because remember, like I was saying, sorry that conversation's going for so long, people, right? But that's different, because you're looking. Let me go back a bit, right? Remember, these gods that we're talking about, they're unique to people's cultures. This is why I was saying earlier, when you take on a religion, you are taking on things of that particular culture. So, for example, in the Bible, like you said, when a particular prophet was doing battle against another person, right? For example, the god Baal, right?
Yeah.
Baal is not a go-between to get to Jehovah. Baal was Jehovah in that people's eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? In Yoruba ideology, Shango, Ogun, none of these people are Olodumare.
Yeah.
They are go-betweens. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know, man. The go-between is, I don't personally believe that, because I believe that they actually saw that thunder for them was God. So maybe the God Almighty came in the form of thunder for them. I don't know what their mindset
Perhaps,
was.
yeah.
But I don't think that these people were treating it as a go-between, because even to this day, in this day and age, there are people who still believe in like God of thunder and everything, and they don't acknowledge the Almighty, because that's not their God.
I don't want to sound like I'm correcting you, right? Because I know it's your opinion, but I'm telling you, if you ask anybody back home who worships Ogun, they will all tell you Ogun didn't create them, or Lodumare created them. There's a difference. It's just when we translate it into English, when the Englishman, the white people, and even Samuel Johnson and all these other people who were giving us Yoruba,
Bibles and stuff like that.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like when they were doing these things, right? They were trying to find the best way to give us Christianity in a way we can understand it as Yoruba people.
Yeah, but even then, telling people about God of Thunder and God of Lightning it leads nothing to Christianity.
No, that's different. That's basically your interpretation of it. But all right. So for example, Eshu. Look at Eshu.
Yeah.
In the Bible, in Yoruba culture, there's no devil. We don't have a devil. You know what I'm trying to say? But who's the closest? Maybe this Orisha who's a trickster, who can be a deceiving. That's the closest thing. So let's use that name as devil. But we don't have that. You know what I'm trying to say? So a lot of the time, we're taking on a belief system. I'm telling you for a fact. Facts, 100% fact.
So the people that do the black magic and all that kind of stuff, it's because people that actually worship the devil. What are they worshiping then?
Again, that's down to interpretation. If you see it as, you know what I'm saying, worshiping the devil and stuff, that's a completely different conversation.
No, I'm talking about people though, like culturally, the same.
Yeah.
Like the people that actually do this, so what are they worshiping? Okay, so and then also, what would you say? The God of Thunder, Lightning, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What would you interpret them as then, if they're not gods?
Orisha. So these are like mediums. These are. Again, it's not. There's no English word. The best way.
That's why exactly why they were calling them gods.
Because there was no
I feel
English
like it's just
word.
a translation.
But this
Is it like a demigod almost?
Exactly.
Yeah, but still got the word God in it.
Yeah, but they're not God. They're not your creator. They're not.
But you know, like
what I'm trying to say?
even God the Almighty acknowledges that people have gods, and those are the small G's.
Yeah, but he calls them small G's, or human beings call them small G's, because we are saying they're different to the Almighty God.
Yes,
but in that belief system, that so-called demigod is not a demigod. They are God. Do you get where I'm coming from? You know what I mean?
Not quite, man. We're gonna have to
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
What the
Read
time's
some
done.
headlines, man.
Yeah,
So,
I was thinking,
yeah.
This is
Sorry, I do have a question for Brent,
This
though.
is the intro.
Yes, man.
This is not even the show.
You don't want to start at 9. Here you go. Get used to it. Now, I do have a question for Brent. So yesterday we all we answered a question about obviously reflecting on 100 episodes, blah blah. So we said what we would like, where we would like to be, or what we would like to happen by the next 100. So you have to answer because you weren't here.
What would I like to happen in the next 100 episodes?
Yeah, or what would you like the next 100 episodes to look like or be like? So when we get to 200, what is something that you would have liked us to accomplish?
Yeah,
Or
I think where would you want TDA to be
Yeah.
by episode 200?
Sorry, I'm making it very complicated.
200 is in 3 or 4 months, right?
20 weeks, yeah, 4 months. Nope, 5 months. Is that you thinking of?
Yeah, you've asked me on the spot.
Well, we all have to answer on the spot, babes. Beauty of TDA.
So I definitely want to have the full team
Yeah. present.
Yep.
The shady listener said that to you?
Is it?
Yeah. That will quite be here for the 200th.
I think I want the identity of TDA to be on more people's minds and lips. I think it shouldn't be a question of what does TDA offer the world. I definitely want to have a couple of sponsors flashing up on the screen.
Yep.
I definitely want us to do more on showcasing good black businesses. I definitely want. I want Yusuf. What? I want people to know that Yusuf is Mr. Rotation.
Yeah.
And fully understand what that actually means. Because y'all don't know it just yet. I think I want Mags to be able to be in the studio 24/7.
Not 24/7.
Yeah, y'all don't know, but God willing, I hope is that's possible.
Amen.
Because what that would mean is just more beautiful than what we understand now.
Yep.
I want to be in the new building, but that might be something that might happen Q1 next year.
Damn, nigga, you had one wish.
One wish.
Oh, just
will be
one.
in the building.
No, it's fine. We need to manifest these things and walk in the spirit. And
I think it's fine.
this is
what
really
you're
good. Yeah,
saying.
you kind of touched on everything that we said as well, and then some.
Yeah.
All right, I could stop then.
No, I can carry on.
You can carry on if you want to.
I would like to
It's your platform, babes.
probably touch base in Black Europe. I want to touch base in Africa in a big way,
Okay.
like for them to be tuning in to us and connecting.
Yeah.
Just like I guess the London crew.
Ah.
easily connect.
Danielle just said the exact same thing.
Serious?
Yeah, she said, I would like us, she's in the comments, I would like us to reach the diaspora globally and to have more diverse
There you go.
interviews
This is why
showcasing
we're co-founders,
our
man.
community's glorious achievements.
Well done, Danielle.
Yes, Danielle.
Yeah, spud. But yeah, let's move on to headlines. There's too much focus on my voice.
People were trying to use that to see your face. Talking about, Brent, let's see you while you're being honest.
Nah.
You won't see him. But yeah, all right, let's get into our first headline. And
Yes.
I know you like.
All right, the first headline. Like, all these headlines are quite long, you know.
That's what's mine. Gonna have to
Don't
make
worry.
cuts, people.
I'm going to trim them on the fly.
Okay.
All right, so first thing's about who's going to wear a military uniform, right? So Buckingham Palace has confirmed that only working members of the royal family who hold military ranks will wear a uniform while attending the 5 ceremonial events designed to mark the Queen's death. This means the King Charles, the Prince of Wales, who's, William now, the Princess Royal, and the Earl of Wessex will wear military dress. The Duke of Sussex will not, Prince Harry. So Prince Harry, who served in the British Army for 10 years and was deployed to Afghanistan twice, lost his 3 honorary military titles when he and his wife, Meghan Markle, stepped back from their senior royal roles in March of 2020. His spokesperson said, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, will wear a mourning suit throughout events honouring his grandmother. His decade of military service is not determined by the uniform he wears, facts. And we rightfully ask that focus remain on the life and legacy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen's second son, the Duke of York, also will not wear military uniform. That's Prince Andrew. He spent 22 years in the Royal Navy and served as a helicopter pilot during the Falklands War in 1982. He stepped down as a working royal in 2019 after a controversial Newsnight interview and was later stripped of his military titles. He was the only one of the Queen's children not to wear a uniform when they accompanied her coffin to St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh on Monday, although he did wear a number of medals and military decorations.
Did they fight in the war because they were royals? Or was that out of the goodness of the heart?
When is it ever really about the goodness of the heart? It's more
It is,
about
people go to war because of that.
duty, innit? Duty.
My uncles did that. Both my uncles fought in Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff.
Serious?
And they're not royals, yeah.
For who?
America?
For this UK.
Is it?
Oh, serious?
Your uncles are Uncle Tom's, literally.
Bro,
my God.
Brent, do not make that the title, okay? This is enough about me and my family. But no, because I'm thinking if they didn't do it because they're royals, as in that you don't have to do it.
No.
William looked like the type to go to war. He would be first out. But I don't see why he should be stripped of that. Not Andrew. He has to be stripped of everything. But I'm talking about Harry.
But Harry.
Because he didn't do it because he's a royal. He did it because he wanted to honour his country. So you shouldn't be stripped of that because you stepped down as a royal.
So then what's the difference with Andrew then?
He's a paedophile. You'd be stripped of anything.
But he still fought. I don't want to defend pedos here,
respect,
but
yeah,
I'm just trying
you
to
might
use the
wanna-
same logic.
No,
I'm
we
just
can't,
trying to-
we can't use the same logic because Harry is not a paedophile and Harry just stepped down from his royal duties. But what's this called? Andrew? Andrew used his royal status to commit stupid crimes. I personally think paedophiles should be stripped of anything anyway. Stripped of breath, in all
Facts.
honesty.
Do you agree, man?
With what?
That paedophiles should be stripped of everything.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Exactly,
I'm
so
making sure.
He and Harry are not
No,
the
but
same people.
I'm just using the same thingy because if you're saying that he did it for his country, right, and he shouldn't be stripped because he
yeah,
did
but
it
then
for
he
the
used
country.
his status to then commit crimes. That's different. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different to Harry stepping down from royal duties. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I
It's
get
very
you.
different.
I 100% get you. The only difference I would say is that Andrew's kind of stepped down too. Because remember, his crimes were not cemented in court. Like, yo, you did this. You know what I'm saying?
He should have had to step down anyway.
Huh? You should have.
Did he step down before his crimes came to light, or
No,
as a
no.
result of his crimes?
As a
it was
result.
Like,
As a
yeah,
result.
you don't get a bonus point for that.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is he wasn't like it wasn't decided in court that he did those things.
But you know why he stepped down?
Why?
Because he knew he did that shit. He knew. So before the truth comes out,
He did that shit.
he did guilty as fuck.
Well, I'm not gonna say I defend Andrew. There's other things.
That's what I was gonna say.
All right. Second headline is actually to do with Prince Andrew.
Oh dear.
And Prince Andrew is to continue in his role as Counsellor of State, meaning he can step in for King Charles in the event he's unable to undertake official duties. So the Duke of York, who has been in the role since 1981, would be able to take over from the new king if he was unwell or out of the country. A Counsellor of State includes the sovereign's spouse and the next 4 people in the line of succession aged over 21. That's Charles's wife, Camilla, the Queen Consort, who's also going to take on the role alongside Prince William and Prince Harry as well. So even though Prince Harry has stepped down, he still continues in his role as a Counsellor of State. So this is why I was trying to say that it's not necessarily that he was reinstated. So Andrew's daughter also, Princess Beatrice, the youngest member, to be appointed at 34. So the royal family website says councillors of states are authorised to carry out most of the official duties of the sovereign, for example, attending Privy Council meetings, signing routine documents and receiving the credentials of new ambassadors to the UK. Under the 1937 Regency Act, the 5 Counsellor of State roles are automatically filled by the monarch's consort and the next 4 people in the line of succession over the age of 21. As such, it will take an act of parliament to change the rules so that Andrew was not given a role. Just a reminder to people, parliament has the power, not these niggas.
I wish the Queen didn't die. Because I've spoken about the royal family. Like, I know way too much in the last week. Not even last, it hasn't been a week, has it?
No.
Nah. I know way too much about them than I ever wanted to in my life. But big up TDA for that though.
Yes, we got to do our job, man.
Exactly. All right, let's get into our topic of the day. What you saying? It should have been topic of the day.
Innit? So topic of the day part 2 is what is off limits? All right, so people, we need you in the comments to really interact here, man.
Call in.
We need to know you lot's, I don't know, what's the
Thresholds.
word? Yes, your thresholds,
Your
right?
moral thresholds.
Perfect. So, what is off limits in an argument? If someone's annoyed you to a mad level, do they deserve for you to be diplomatic? You know what I'm saying? And not say the worst things possible? Or perhaps maybe not say personal things? Do they deserve that? Is it truly all fair in love and war? Emphasis on the war. How many times do you have below the belt thoughts a day that you try to you try hard not to say, right? And for example, Drake and Pusha, right? For example, who was wrong in that situation?
For example. Sorry. When he said, for example, I was like,
He thought
I thought, okay, no, he wouldn't do that.
Nah, see?
I said, for example.
He wouldn't dare.
So, like Drake and Pusha, right? In for example, who was wrong in that instance, right?
Yeah.
Was anybody wrong?
Yeah.
Tupac and Biggie as well. Who was wrong? Was Tupac wrong for mocking Prodigy's sickle cell condition?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, would you insult or be rude to your partner's mother or father? Are they totally off limits in an argument?
Anybody can get it.
What's your thoughts?
I think your reply should match what was said
Okay.
to a degree, but then the argument comes in, how do you know how much you've hurt that person by what you've said? Even though you've deemed what you said to be a small thing, they may have taken it
As a big
way
thing.
more seriously than what you intended, innit?
Facts.
So in that respect, their retaliation in their mind is warranted because you think
hurt me
you said
this
something
much.
small, but to me that's a big deal. So it's hard to navigate, really.
Yeah. It's hard to weigh up.
Yeah, that's why Pusha was like, all's fair. Like, you think that me mentioning 40's illness was below the belt, but you just saying my fiance's name to me was
Same thing.
way below the belt.
Yeah.
So
To me, when I heard that, I feel like Pusha wanted an excuse to just go
Just to
all
say
out.
something-
That's what
say
I
something
think.
crazy, yeah.
No, but you know, I think maybe though, because sometimes some people, when you mention something that's like a person that's personal to them,
yeah,
is sometimes the implications of that. So if you're a rapper mentioning my wife's name,
yeah,
what is that implying? There's so much that can come from that.
There's
Have you
implications
slept
there,
with her?
innit?
Did you move to her? Like, there's so much stuff that can come from that. So that's maybe where the disrespect comes into. Do you get what I mean?
That's a sorry. It's correct.
Yeah, sorry. It's like when a lot of girls will be. Do you remember Backchat when Esther said to Nunu, "What were you doing at the age of 21?" No. She said to no. Nunu must have said something about her and her dad being close and blah blah. And so when she meets a man, she wants a man that she can be close to the way she is with her dad, kind of thing. And then Esther said to her, "That's why you're still single." I remember because it was just stupid. "That's why you're still single." And then Nunu said, "What were you doing at 21, popping babies?" Do you get me? So some people, and I said, "Don't mention my child's name." So some people, when you just say anything to do with their child, it's similar to the girl thing. For them, they might interpret that as you're saying I'm a shit mother. You're saying I'm this. Do you get me? I'm a bad parent. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
All they said, they didn't even say the baby's name. They just said, listen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just said child.
Yeah.
And now you're all triggered. But I guess it comes down to how you kind of interpret things. Me, I don't think there's a way to kind of, I think you can know when something is too far.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones where you say it, you kind of got to stick in it. Because you got to stand in it because it's like, you can't really go back.
Yeah.
But I think it's what you said where it's difficult because the impact it can have on each person personally is difficult to measure that. But I'll be honest with you, as much as with me, there's certain things I wouldn't do, there's certain lines I wouldn't cross. As much as I might want to, I wouldn't, because that's again my how I am morally. I do think that if you go into a fight with somebody, don't expect them to have the same values as you.
Yeah.
To have the same morals as you. Do you get what I mean? Like I've had people say very hurtful things to me in like arguments, whatever. And I really know what could finish you and get you sleeping in the dark for the next 3 weeks. But because I'm not set that way, child of God,
That's it. Yeah.
I'm not okay.
Yeah, and also I
I don't have it.
don't say something you can't take back. Yeah.
Facts.
And also, go on, let's let the call speak.
I hope your signal is great.
Yes.
Oh shit, headphones.
Because boy,
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And also, don't.
this person there.
Okay, are they here? Are they here?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
You know what? He's loud enough.
You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. Just no, I wanted to call in before, but I just thought I'll leave you to enjoy your blackness and God discussion because I didn't want to get involved in that one. In terms of the off limits, I think if you're having an argument with someone, I think if you have to take it to a point of a personal attack, you've probably lost the argument. So you thought, let me just hurt you and get you emotional so you can get off your game so I can try and win this argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that all the time, I'll be honest with you. Because sometimes I don't know. I don't like that idea that, just because you've gone personal now means you've lost. No. I don't necessarily
Then
think
why
so.
would
Sometimes
you-
it warrants personal stuff.
But is it? But it's not. It's
Yeah.
not a competition about who wins.
When I argue with this.
I mean,
No, but isn't that...
no. But are you talking about an argument as in an actual debate, or are you talking about a cussing match, or are you talking about insults being thrown? That's different than.
Well, no,
you
but
getting angry
that's what I
about an
mean.
Argument or debate about a topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think imagine
Yeah.
we're having opinions here and then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shut up anyway, you're bold. That's different.
No, I mean like you and your girl have
Yeah.
a dispute
Yeah.
about something real.
Yeah.
And you guys are throwing insults back and forth because of you done something to hurt her or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
in those scenarios, what happens then?
I think it really depends on what it is. 'Cause I think sometimes you can have a disagreement with someone. Because I've been in disagreements with people that is something like lie about whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then they go personal. Do you get what I mean? So like the back chat example I gave of we're just out here talking about the kind of men we want to be with, whatever, and you then say that's why you're still single. There's no need for that.
None.
But I think if it's a situation where it's an argument where it goes like it's a proper disagreement.
Yeah.
I personally think nothing's off limits. If I have to tell you that you're very stupid and your brain cells are low or your IQ is low, that might seem to someone that's very personal. But
Yeah.
the reality is we would not be having this conversation if you're a bit smarter.
But that's kind of different to you saying, but you don't even know how to look after your child. Your child's disabled, and you don't even give them the right care. You know what I'm saying? That's different to, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but then that again, I'll be honest with you, I think it depends on what kind of conversations we're having. If we're having a conversation about, because something like that might sound harsh. Say we're having a conversation about like motherhood or whatever, or how being irresponsible. Yeah, being irresponsible, right? You're not someone who is reliable, blah 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 blah. That conversation is escalating, whatever. You might walk in at the point where I've said that, you know, you're not even there for your child, blah blah. It might sound like wow, okay, why did you do that? But really, it ties into the topic at hand of you being an irresponsible person.
But then, do you think it's more responsible on your part then to then acknowledge that, you know what, we're in a heated argument here, and by me mentioning this just takes it to another level. So maybe the more responsible thing is to just not mention something like that, because that's too much.
Yeah, that's the thing. It appears to be too much, but then as well, the person might say something to me that triggers me in the same way that's going to hurt that person if I mention them being a bad father or bad mother or whatever. Something they've said to me that you might not think is that deep has had the same effect, emotional impact on me.
All right, let's split this up, please. I want two sides of the fence. One being when you guys are beefing, right? This is your op, right? Yeah. And the next, when an argument between friends turns into something heated. Yeah. Yes?
Okay.
If you're beefing with your op, about what? Give me an actual scenario.
So the example that you gave before was Drake and Pusha. They were going back and forth, right?
Is the caller still there?
Yeah, he's still
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was part of this. I was thinking Brent was just talking to you lot. So
No, of course you're part of it.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to answer first then for that one?
Yeah, I think it still depends though, because if you're let's say you're talking to your op and it's getting emotional, you have to understand if you're going to off limits, you have to get them hands ready. So if you're ready for that, then yeah, of course.
Yeah, but what's off limits in real beef, like in actual war?
Oh, I think it depends on who you are. Like for me, don't talk about my mum. That's always been it from school.
Let's actually state them. What are the off limit things?
I think your mum, that's a really good one.
But you know, back in the day when people say your mum,
yeah.
Like as I got older, obviously I matured.
It wasn't enough.
What does that mean? Your mum? Your mum what?
Don't be
your mum by itself wasn't enough.
Your mum what?
Mum's your mum, innit?
Your mum what?
You're an egg, your mum's an egg too.
As kids, we took, obviously mentioning my mum is, you know, why are you mentioning my mum's name? Why is she in this conversation, right? But I feel like as kids, we took that way too
seriously.
My mum here? What? My mum? It's class now. The class it's a madness now because someone said your mum.
No, but to be fair, they were saying your mum because they know it was just an insult in itself because why is my mum in it?
I know, but it's like, okay, let's just say we're in class now and I throw a pencil at you and you're like, raw, who done that? And it was like, me, your mum. And then it's just ruckus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The mere your mum caused
so much.
It caused chaos.
Yeah,
it was actually, but when you think about it, it's funny.
Yeah, when you go older, it's just like.
No, but I think where it elevates is when you add, you know, that word you got to add before your mum.
What's up?
You add that SUCK. Yep.
But that's
doesn't matter how old you are. You can't say that.
But that's implying something now.
You know,
what does that mean?
When people say that, I've always found like when someone says that they're a despicable person, you know. I just because I just feel like
despicable.
No, for real. Because I feel like it's so disgusting. And
but what I actually don't know what that means.
What's your mum?
Yeah.
Well, there's many ways you can take it. I think
it's just not good. Esther. It's not good.
What is S your mum? Mean suck your mum?
Yeah.
Suck your mother.
What does that mean though?
Suck your mother.
Go suck up your mother.
Yeah, like go and perform a salacious act on your mother.
Can you imagine?
It's crazy.
Right.
To me, if I'm a judge and I hear that somebody shot somebody for that, if I'm hearing that, this guy shot this guy because this guy said, suck your mum, I'm sending that guy home that day.
Who?
I know, immediately.
Wait. You're sending the shooter home.
Home.
Oh,
because you're provoked.
Home.
No, he's saying he's letting him off.
Because you were provoked to shoot.
That's not warranted, guys. Just relax. So someone says suck him up and they can shoot them and potentially kill them.
Yusuf, why are you taking it to that level?
Why is it? I don't understand what you're saying. I
don't get what he's saying.
Tell me.
I mean,
I'm not messing around.
Maybe I'm different.
No, but you know what? I think it's.
So, Eman, are you saying you would end someone's life over that?
Whoa! We don't do that on this platform.
No, that's what he's saying.
But that's
you would send the shooter home and say, you know what, you can get off.
No, but I think it's because it's a deep insult for him. And that's another thing with insults. It's like everyone can take it differently. So I think isn't that what it is?
I know,
Yeah, but it's also me basically saying I understand why you were so angry. That's basically what it is. And you wasn't there.
Okay.
Like, you're only there because of him.
Can you
said that to
paint
you.
this picture for me, please? Because I
take me
am
there.
probably an alien.
Yes.
I don't get vexed if it is somebody cusses my mother because they don't know my mother, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't. You can't elicit a response from me if it is that you tell me suck my mother or your mom. It's stuck. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, but you're mature and you're logical.
No, I don't even think about it. It's about my maturity. Like, there's no connection to you and my mother. You don't know.
No, but that is maturity though, because some people don't think of that. They don't even know your mum.
No, but let's all put into context, right? Your mum or whatever, that's only when we were kids.
Yeah.
As of
Yeah.
our age now, are we going to be insulted by your mum joke or cuss? No, we're not, right? Well, E-Man might, but... That's what I'm saying. If me and Brett are arguing and Brett says your mum, I'll laugh.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. As an adult, I'll be very shy for you because why are you doing that?
I'll be like, Brett, I'm embarrassed for you for saying your mum. Like,
Yeah.
how old are you?
I might not come TDA for the next couple of days, but
Yeah.
Do you know, it's not me necessarily, it's proportional. It's definitely not proportional because you're just taking someone's life in it. But it's just me basically saying, I understand like why you were so enraged. You know what I'm saying? And you're only there because this individual like, said something like this to you. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you have to look at the cause of people's reactions, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it may be a very
but I'm saying what you're basically saying, is okay. For me, if I'm the person who's the family member of that person that just died, you're just judged as basically like, go spit on his grave as well. Like that's basically what you're doing by letting him free, just for the fact that he said.
If you're going around telling people to suck their mum, I don't know what you're contributing to society. Like,
I think it's just there are certain things that some people might not take. Like if a guy calling me a bitch is wow to me.
Yeah.
That's a proper insult to me. Because what are you talking about? Do you get me? So I think it just depends on how people take certain things. Are not that deep to people.
Yeah.
Someone like Brent, he's thinking you don't know my mum, but okay. Someone like E-Man,
Yeah.
bang bang, niggas gonna die. Like, just...
Yeah. And obviously, I think people hold like words to the different weights, innit?
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so we're beefing, yeah? And you know that my wife has an illness. Yeah, or some...
that is below the belt.
So you wouldn't draw for that?
Nah, that's below the belt.
Even if you just for something that's personal
my
to you.
dispute is with you.
No, but even if you just for something that's personal to you.
You know full well that the only thing that gets to me
Yeah.
is when you now start touching my
Yeah.
wife.
No.
Is that touching your wife?
As in...
I hear you. The thing with me is I may think it.
yeah.
You can say that either way.
Because I know
if you're touching or
What's that?
No, I was just gonna say touching your wife. However way you say it, that's below the belt.
Because remember, there's certain things I don't
happens,
think you can come back from. Like,
Yeah.
and I know people say things where they're angry, but like,
I take it on, boy.
you have to understand you can't make a permanent decision on temporary emotion. Because if me and you are supposed to be friends, and you draw for my wife's illness, big man, I'm not gonna lie. There's no amount of I was only joking. I was angry. We're done.
Yeah, but with the thing, but I feel like anger though, the way anger is, you're not in a logical
You're not. But
state.
okay.
And sometimes things just come out.
Do you believe in the notion that there's truth, one, to every joke, and two, people say what they really feel
Mean in anger.
and mean when they're angry?
Yes.
Do you believe in that?
No, I don't think.
I believe in that like 80% because I think sometimes people just want to hurt you, and so they pull anything they can out.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if he says something to me like, "Oh, you're so selfish," we had nothing. What we're talking, I think for me it depends as well. What we're talking about, if what you've said to me has nothing to do with what we're talking about, I'm more likely to believe that's truth.
Yeah, if someone pulls out a random fact out of nowhere, then that's something you've been holding in.
That's why you got dumped.
to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
Brent, go on. You're laughing at something.
Yeah, they're thinking that even if my wife isn't present, right? I know when she finds out that I did nothing.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's wild to me.
Hey, but sometimes women will gas you up, and get you killed out there,
I'm sorry.
God,
Yeah, that is true.
whole
You need
different
to
story.
relax.
That is true, but I'm not being funny. If someone called, I will call my man a bitch.
See,
If someone says something like that, and you even have the cheek to come home and tell me you cannot believe what you just said,
Yeah.
I'll be like, so what did you do about it? That's for whatever, man.
Is it ick if your man
So do
can't
you-
defend
I was gonna
you
say-
in like a public?
Yeah, I
setting?
find that shit attractive. But I also don't like because obviously I remember I can't go to jail.
Yeah.
So I don't like a firecracker. I like someone who is sensible. So I like someone who picks the battles. Say for example,
Yeah.
someone slapped my bum.
Yeah,
Do something about it. But if it's a
Yeah.
case where someone's just being stupid and dumb,
yeah.
I find it more attractive when my man is able to walk away from situations.
Okay.
I don't like guys that want to get in arguments and get in.
Mm.
It scares me, and
ahead.
I just can't. I will leave you being rushed. I can't lie to you. I will actually go.
See, men, you need to be careful out there.
So why am I losing a wig? Because you want us to be what? Dead that.
There's countless men in prison right now, yeah.
And
the
who asked
women,
them to be
yeah.
there?
Oh, and their babies just continue with life.
Yes, on to the next one. We
All right,
move.
suppose, right? Suppose Yusuf, you're going back and forth lyrically with somebody, right? And they decide to take it there
Yeah.
beyond the threshold.
Yeah.
Would you join them?
Of course, because I've been waiting to go there.
I've been waiting
And
on
you've
you.
given me the reason. Give me
Let's
the
do
green light.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
So it's in you then.
Oh yeah,
To be
100%.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
yeah.
What
Let's
about
choose not to.
It's very much in me, to be fair. I'll be honest. It's
Very much
very
in
much
you,
within me, and a lot of time,
Dying for it.
my mind goes disrespectful first.
Yeah.
Well, no. Let me not paint myself in the wrong light. Not initially, but it can go there.
No, sometimes my mind does. My mind does go disrespectful first. Depending on who's talking to me, sometimes I just think,
Yeah, you know what it is with me sometimes. Yeah,
don't tell me.
sometimes it's about the audacity, and
Yes.
if I rate you,
Yes.
if I don't rate you, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's like why are you talking to me, bro?
And I'm gonna tell you the first thing. I think there's 5 ways I could end you right now, but you know what?
like why do
Go
you
off
think
it.
like you could speak to me this way? I'm
Like, how dare
I'm
you dare me?
confused.
Yes.
And then that enrages me more
Yeah.
than what they're saying. Is the fact that you just being in front of me thinks that you
Yeah,
can
the
speak to me in
cheat.
this way.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
audacity, bro.
yeah.
Nah, sometimes
That's what it
it's
is.
audacity that gets me.
Yeah.
And that's probably what got Pusha. No, might not.
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Pusha don't really. I think a lot of people they rate Drake as an artist, but I don't think they rate him as like a man. Like they don't think
Nah.
he can go toe to toe with them
Yeah, that's true.
on a street type of
Yeah.
level, innit? They're like, look
can't.
at this. Let me not say words, but
Yeah, but I get you.
What do you guys feel about secrets then? So in an argument, and then you just start talking.
So let the caller go first. Caller's today.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Okay, you can answer
Yeah.
first.
What do you feel about like
Okay.
telling people secrets in an argument, or exposing their secrets?
Yeah, but that means other people have to be around. Though.
Yeah.
I don't care who's not around.
Yeah,
Even
but
if,
how can you expose a secret when it's just me and you? When you not?
yeah, because you've showed me that you're not trustworthy. Because by
Oh,
chance people are not here. You could have like if I told you something in secret and then you use it against me in an argument.
Oh,
go, man.
okay, cool. Okay,
gotta
cool.
go.
You mean actually just bringing it up?
Yeah, just bring it up. Period. Like,
Yeah, that's below the belt.
caller.
Yeah, no, but I think it's worse because we must have been really close for you to have even heard that secret. So for you to bring it up, it's like, oh, you just want to completely destroy this relationship. Is that what we're doing?
It's like the Brent. You've seen the Miles and Poet argument on Filthy Fellas.
I haven't, but
This
somebody
is when, that's what we need Mark's here because Mark's was there.
No, that was funny.
just wanted.
Is that
No, Gina
That
just
went
says-
so left. That one went so left.
is that the one where he's like, oh, I want to get personal. I can get personal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then,
Yeah, I was trying
and
to
then
find the clip.
Poet started talking
it's
about.
it's on there. They put it up the other day.
He started talking
The
about
anniversary.
his mom, his dad.
Yeah.
The guy's mom and dad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poet got a bad person. They were talking about football.
Yeah. But I think Miles
arguing
was like
about left
making jokes, whatever.
No, but
They
he
got
was
angry with
Miles was
Miles.
marking him off though. He was trying to make a
Miles
point,
was
and
mugging him
Miles
off,
was
but
like,
he wasn't
"Your
mugging
point
him
is
off to
rubbish."
where. And for context, Poet was drunk. He was backing Ray and Neff.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what it is that? I think that it comes down to the respect thing. Because I don't think that obviously I don't know if the relationship has changed, whatever.
Yeah.
But the way that he was so quick to want to go personal to bring up these things, it's a thing of I don't rate
Yeah,
you.
I can 100% say with my chest that I don't think Poet rates Miles.
No. So
How
Johnny
he
was like,
spoke-
I don't
from
rate
how
you.
he spoke to him, I'm like, this guy doesn't rate you.
Yeah, because it was one of those things like, you are going to talk to me?
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
I think it's what
kind
I
of
just
thing.
said about
We're not on the
audacity.
same level.
I think Poet was like, Miles can't chat to me like this.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
audacity. That's why, because Poet just came with like real venom. I was like, rah.
Yeah.
They're talking about
But
left
remember
backs.
what you lot.
So
No,
what you
but
say?
this is. I was just gonna say, in terms of being truthful, I think that's when you're most truthful when you're drunk, That's when all inhibition is gone and you're saying what you want to say. Everything that flew in your mind that moment is coming out your mouth.
Ladies,
Bruv,
that's
if
when
it-
you got to
if
lay
it-
your
if it
man's
was a
chest and
clip-
ask if he really likes you.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
pouring rain F and like this. You know, it's got the filter thing,
Yeah.
but it's still going. He's backing it like it was orange juice, like it was nice. Like he was furious.
No, it's mad.
Yes, to me, secrets is like, nah, man. Under no circumstance. I don't care what the crime is.
Yeah, I don't care, man. Never tell my secrets. Because it takes a lot for me to trust somebody. If I trust you with something,
Yeah. Like,
How about online? How about if somebody pokes you online, has the audacity to poke you online? Are you basically going down to their level and destroying them because your name's on the line?
I think it depends what they said.
yeah.
does that then imply that you know something personally about them, then?
As in, if they come for you online?
Yeah. Because the reason I'm saying is because how do you get down to their level if they've really been personal about you?
No, but people look at pictures. People brought people's kids in there talking about your baby's ugly anyway. Shut up. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes online wars, yeah, you might not know them personally, do know something personal, but people tend to dig up. They go on your Instagram, they go on this, like, they dig up however much they can dig up about you. I've almost seen people be like, so someone has like RIP something in their bio. I've seen people even go for that.
But for
Be
me,
like, carry on talking, you're going to be in the grave of your mum. Kind of vibe.
it depends on the
It's mad.
account, though, innit? If this is the person with the egg default picture, no bio, follow two people,
Yeah.
I'm not engaging with you, bro. Who are you? You're at home scratching your boxes, scratching your nuts with a dirty vest, playing PS2.
You're a dirty vest.
I'm not engaging with you, bro. But if
Dried
you're
up
an
barbecue
actual-
sauce in it.
yeah, if you're a viable human being, then yeah, maybe we could tussle. But nah, if you're just an anonymous nobody, I'm not getting involved. I'm sorry.
I think it depends what it is. Ginny just said you give Esther small feedback and she would dedicate a whole section of TDA to you. That was one time, and I will no longer be doing that.
Oh, was that didn't just that was?
No, it was when I think of the name, I think of
what's
NS
the name
10v10.
again?
Who was that again?
It was an NS something.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember.
But yeah, I think it really depends on what it is. But to be honest, I think with online stuff, I'm very aware people do not know me, so I
And
can't
some pe- and
internalize
A
that.
lot of people are. There's trolls. there's-
Yeah, because in all honesty, even the people that know me in real life, you don't know me, so I don't even internalize that.
Yeah,
How much more like trolls and stuff.
yeah.
But if it's something mad, sometimes you do have to respond to people, and just let them know that listen, I'm not an idiot.
I think if it's a heinous accusation
Yeah,
that could run wild and become a narrative out there and
Yeah.
spread, then you got to nip it in the butt.
yeah,
Or is it bud or butt? Nip in the
Bud.
Nip in the bud.
yeah. Like that person, she was saying to me how I'm the worst representation of all black women. So I had to let her know that I've never sat here to represent anybody but Esther. And I don't
Right,
know
guys,
what
I'm
will
gonna
be
let
tomorrow.
someone else call in, so I'm gonna drop off.
Oh, thank you so
Alright,
much.
thanks for
Have a
calling,
nice
man.
day.
No, it's alright. Yeah, you
Forgot
too.
You were there anyway.
George, okay.
No, that's fine.
But yes, I think I think if it depends what it is. Because typically I wouldn't care to respond to things, but I think I just have to get it out there that when I sit here, I'm not trying to represent anybody but me. And sometimes who I am today might not be that girl tomorrow. I evolve every day, so
Can I ask one last question? Yeah. Does race play a part? So do you show, like, for example, should you or do you show members of the same race a bit more grace? Or can everyone and anybody get it?
This ain't even a race.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, let me be real.
Yeah.
I think anybody can get it,
All right.
but sometimes it's the audacity, and I'll let that sit with you.
All right.
However you want to take that. You can put a picture to which race is audacious in my book.
Yep.
Is the audacity sometimes,
Okay. I
Yeah.
get it.
but anybody can get it really.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty. Let's get into our next headlines.
And takes us back to Russia and Putin, and basically him basically making it clear that he does not view the war with Ukraine as a mistake. So Russian President Vladimir Putin does not realize the invasion of Ukraine is a mistake, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said after the leader spoke on the phone on Tuesday. Speaking to reporters on Wednesday, Mr. Scholz said he urged Mr. Putin to withdraw troops and re-enter talks with Ukraine during the 90-minute phone call. He called for Russia to respect the sovereignty of Ukraine. The Chancellor has come under pressure to increase military support for Kiev. However, Mr. Schultz said the withdrawal of Russian troops from Ukraine would be the only way for peace to have a chance to reign in the region. Although he said Mr. Putin unfortunately had not changed his position on the invasion, Mr. Schultz emphasized the importance of continuing to talk to him. He also claimed the weapons Germany had supplied to Ukraine had been decisive and made a difference in eastern Ukraine. The Ukrainian Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, has criticized Germany for not sending more weapons. He wrote on Twitter on Tuesday that Ukraine needed more military support to liberate people and to save them from genocide, adding not a single rational argument on why these weapons cannot be supplied, only abstract fears and excuses. What is Berlin afraid of that Kiev is not? Commenting on the phone call with Mr. Schultz, the Kremlin blamed Ukraine for the continued violence. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February has challenged Berlin's long-standing diplomatic approach towards Moscow, on whose oil and gas its economy has recently relied on. And earlier this year, Mr. Schultz reversed a decade-long German policy of military restraint by announcing the country would seek to spend 2% of GDP on military spending in keeping with NATO targets. And our second headline takes us to Sweden. And Sweden's Prime Minister says she will stand down after her government was defeated in Sunday's election. Magdalena Andersson's centre-left coalition looks set to narrowly lose to a bloc of right-wing parties, 176 seats to 173, with 99% of the votes counted. The moderate party leader, Ulf Kristersson, is now expected to form a government. It will include the Sweden Democrats, which is a far-right party that has campaigned against rising gang shootings. The final result is still to be confirmed after a recount, which is standard practice in Sweden. But despite this, Ms. Andersson accepted defeat at a news conference on Wednesday and said she would officially resign on Thursday, today. It's a momentous turning point for Swedish politics. The Sweden Democrats was once treated as a pariah by political parties, but has now won around 20% of the vote. It vowed to make Sweden safe again by bringing in longer prison sentences and restricting immigration. However, the party's leader, Jimmy Åkesson, will not become Prime Minister. The BBC's Maddie Savage reports from Stockholm, saying because he does not have the full support of all four parties, that won't happen. Instead, as mentioned, Ulf Kristersson, who's the leader of the moderates, has said he will start to form a government.
Was she the dancing queen?
No, that's Finland.
Oh, Finland. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's a trend going through Europe, because remember, this was something similar almost happened. Didn't happen, but almost happened in France, where the far right was almost getting themselves into power.
Yeah.
Before, these people had no chance, you know what I'm saying? And look now in Sweden. They've actually, well, they haven't won themselves, but they've got the centre-left coalition out of it, man.
It's mad.
So yeah, so like they said, they're going to be a lot tougher on immigration, man, and gang violence and things of that nature, man. So you know certain groups are going to be targeted a lot more. But yeah.
Alrighty, let's get into Word on the Road. Let's say make sure you like this video. The video is going to stay up after we're done, when we come off live. So do share it as well with your group chats and all that kind of stuff. Let's let the likes match the views. But yeah, so Breezy fans. Yesterday, Chris Brown posted a video on Instagram yesterday evening. And his caption was, "Europe, you're ready for me yet?" And Chris, I have been dying for it. So I guess it's confirmed now that he will be doing a tour in Europe. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I'm praying that the day the tickets come out, it's not I'm doing Word on Road. Like, it's not during my segment, because I'm going to have to tap out. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to tap out. But yes, I'm really looking forward to Chris Brown coming to the UK. And I guess this will be his first one. Did he ever come before the Rihanna stuff?
It was pretty early in his career. I'm not sure, but he must have come.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
But yeah, so this will be his first time anyway in over a decade, basically.
Wow.
It's mad.
I don't know why, but I've always felt like he's been here, though.
Yeah, no, because
probably
he's been to Croatia.
Okay.
And then this summer he was able. What year are we in? 20, yeah,
20.
this summer he was able to go to Portugal.
Okay.
So he's kind of been getting closer and closer. And then he was here. Whose concert was it?
Wizkid.
Wizkid's, yeah, yes. But that one I wasn't really jealous of it because first I had tickets for the second day, which I sold anyway. But also like I want a whole Chris Brown experience. But he seems amazing as a performer anyway. But because he hasn't been in years, like I just hope, respectfully, I don't have time for like any like starter acts or anything like that. I just think let's just get into this from 7 p.m. to when does the O2 close? 10:30? Because in all honesty, we have so many albums to catch up on. There's so much content.
He has too much songs. I was even just having a gander through his his discography the other day.
Yeah.
His last the two albums before this album,
Yeah.
they've like 45 songs or something.
Yeah. Heartbreak and the Full Moon. It's mad.
What's the other one?
Breezy. I think Breezy's got a lot as well.
Indigo.
Indigo, yes, Indigo and
Yeah.
Heartbreak and the Full Moon. Yeah.
So yeah, your Breezy fans got a lot of.
And even Breezy, Breezy, the album as well, has got bare songs on there.
Yeah.
What about the one he did with Tiger?
Fame.
Fan of a fan.
Fan of.
A fan. Fan
Yeah.
of a fan.
I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
what it
Fame is another
yeah.
album. Sorry,
Yeah.
Chris Brown's album. Yeah. I love that album so much. Too many bangers.
Bare people loved it. Yeah.
Even
I think
the
he's got one with Young Thug.
Yeah, Slime and B.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
a whole,
one.
a whole project.
Yeah.
That's the one with Go Crazy on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now Chris Brown is just, oh gosh,
Exactly,
I actually
exactly.
cannot wait. It's going to be the best thing ever. Like, I don't think you understand. I'm really looking forward to it. But I will keep you guys, I will let you guys know, obviously, when he does officially announce dates and all that kind of stuff. And I hope he does multiple dates. None of that one. I mean, I will get the tickets anyway, but none of that one show kind of vibe. Where do you think he could sell out?
Would you let him put
O2.
his seed in you?
He's
I knew
seeding
you were
me.
gonna say something grim like that.
If he was to fall in love with me and want to marry me, ain't no problem. You know, I love a fairy tale story.
So in your mind, would he have then identified as a Yoruba man overnight?
Do you know what?
There we go.
He's black though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's black.
Yeah, like I want a black Yoruba man, yes. But if God says, Esther, you're going to be with Chris Brown, who am I to say no to the Almighty? Let's do this. And I genuinely think that if Chris Brown was with me, he would be the best version of himself ever. I really feel like he'd be such a wholesome man. I really imagine him being a great partner to me.
This is a testament to forgiveness.
What?
Your thoughts about Chris Brown?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. No one. I always say
that human beings can be forgiven for
absolutely.
their
Crime.
Absolutely. I always say to people, because sometimes people try to shame people on the timeline. You can't shame me about what I don't shame myself.
Yeah.
There's no shame.
You know, there's a secret war between women
Yeah.
about
Chris
like,
Brown.
Chris Brown and whoever. Like, I know a lot of women who despise Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
And despise women who show
Who-
Chris Brown
yeah.
love.
Wow.
You know what
And add me to the list. There's no shame in my
I mean?
game.
Secret wars.
I'm gonna lose my wig when that man comes here. Like, no shame. Because sometimes people are like, oh, 'cause I think it happened when he came for Wizkid. And there was people on the time like, oh my gosh, and people were like, oh, you all sit there and say you're for women and blah 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 blah. I am for women, absolutely, but I'm also for Chris Brown.
Yeah.
There was gonna beat me.
Say it with your chest.
Furthermore, Rihanna's forgiving him. Who am I to start carrying the grudge that taking
The thing is
someone else's
is
headache?
that one of the main reasons why? Because Rihanna forgave him and they got back together, it was easier for you to forgive him. And if Rihanna didn't forgive him, would it be harder?
I'll be honest, I give grace. Because God Almighty gives me grace.
Yeah.
So when the whole thing happened,
Yeah.
I just thought, this is absolutely this is disgusting, this is wild, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And I watched a lot of interviews and stuff. And again, I'm not justifying anything, but from the interviews and stuff that I watched and people who were close to both of them, the story was that it was a toxic relationship where they always got in fights.
Yeah.
Of course, what he did to her was inexcusable, but from what I was seeing was that he'd also been
Abused as well.
like
Yeah.
physically. Do you get what I mean? For a while. So I think, to be honest, forgiveness just came. Forgiveness just came. Do you get what I mean? And I think, forgiveness just came. I wouldn't say it's necessarily solely because of Rihanna. I think I did add to it. I was shy for him. But I think in certain things as well, I'm able to separate the artists from their work
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, but We got the Breezy family. I will see you guys at the tour. On to this man who he just keeps on literally giving women his semen. It's Nick Cannon. He's welcomed his ninth child.
Congratulations.
And congratulations to him. And he's awaiting the birth of his 10th and 11th child.
Oh, fantastic.
Is it? Do you think what he's doing is selfish? Because his reason is that he's ill and he might die soon.
I'm not trying to question what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But I've only heard that from you, right? So I don't know.
You're trying to get me fired.
No,
Trust your sources.
I trust everything you say in word of road, 100%, and even in other areas of life. But I'm just saying, I've just never heard that from anywhere else.
Watch the Breakfast Club interview.
Okay.
Yeah, he talks about it there.
Okay, cool.
He talks about it there because he talks about like leaving a legacy and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, watch it
But
on
because he's dying, is that
that's why he's just giving everybody.
No,
you
but
have a baby.
is
You
that
have a
what
baby.
he's saying though.
Yeah, because he's passed away. So for him,
Okay.
he wants to leave a legacy in this world, and he can only do that through his children.
The reason why I don't think it's selfish. Oh, this is related. So Nick Cannon's latest baby mother.
Yeah.
Do you remember the dark skinned girl from the front end video?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's who she is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well done.
You're getting everybody, boy. Getting
So I
everybody.
was going to say, because the women are all complicit,
Yeah.
so I can't call him selfish because they all want this.
Yeah, but he's Nick Cannon though.
Yeah, that's
Because Americans, for them, like having a child is a form of income.
income.
Income. It sounds weird to me now. It sounds weird to me now. I don't know. I'm not gonna try again. But yeah, Jamie. So for them, it's that's how they get paid.
Yeah.
But a lot of these women are not. No disrespect to those, but they're not those type of women. Well,
do you
at
mean?
least on the surface.
What do you mean
They
not
don't look
those
like
All American.
they're broke, like
Oh.
trying to, you know what I mean, get a payday. They look like people that I think.
Black China had money and she still did that.
No, but I don't.
Wait, what?
sound-
Before when? Black China had money when?
Black China's she's got money where she can.
No, but from what point? Because obviously she came from a strip club background.
Yeah, but she had money before she even. Obviously, the Kardashian money is a different kind
Yeah,
of
she
money.
had strip club money. To her, that
No,
was
but she stopped doing the strip stuff.
yeah, but
for
at a certain
time-
point,
years before.
yeah, but at a certain point, she had a less amount of money, of course.
No, but I think up until when she was with Future and when she was with Rob, even dating before she had dating Rob. So she wasn't with Future, she was with Tiger.
There's your Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger. She had money then.
What with
She
Tiger?
wasn't broke.
Yeah, but to me that's all a part of her journey. I'm talking about before the fame, before Tiger, before everything.
Oh,
When
no,
she
that
was
don't count.
when
We
she
didn't
was-
even
when
know her
she was
then.
Working in
She was Angela White then.
yeah,
We
that's the
didn't know her.
point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
No, but he's saying that. So are you saying that the girls that are having babies is because they're what's it called? They're broke.
No,
So it's a
I'm-
come up.
No, I'm saying I don't think these
Yeah,
people
he's
are like
saying
that.
that they ain't broke.
Yeah, I'm saying these women are people that I'm assuming like take care of themselves in the day to day. They're not broke. They, you know what I'm saying?
No, but you know, like in America, like the lifestyle there is very different. This is what this is what they do. Like for you to be able to bag a guy and bag his semen to then produce a child,
yeah.
that's like winning the lottery over there. Especially if it's like a basketball, like an athlete or do you get what I mean? For them, that's so it's not like I feel like they all have this lifestyle of we've got money. But even the way sometimes some of these girls are getting their money is from being accessible to these guys. It's from asking these guys for money and these guys sending them money. So they might not appear broke. Well, that's because their lives are being funded.
Yeah.
But Onyx said
That's right.
he's using his children's organs to prolong his life.
Wow. That's
That's
in a
why he keeps
monarchy.
on having more.
Mr. Ebony Onyx, can you I don't know, man. Like, give us some sources, because it sounds like you jumped a bit. So I'm just trying to understand like where you got this, like why you think this way.
Do you think Emily Onyx likes to jump a lot?
No, I don't think she's jumped a lot. The only thing,
The only thing.
no, the only thing, yeah, I wasn't there that day that I disagree with, that I remember, Ebony Onyx saying is the whole thing about Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree that he turned his back on the Panthers and that he was killed by the hip hop police and stuff like that. I don't agree with that conspiracy theory. But everything else Ebony Onyx has said, yeah,
All right,
nothing comes to mind that I disagree
Love
with.
you. There you go.
Guys, I would you guys know I love to read, but there's no way I'm reading all this crap out.
Where is it?
What's that?
No.
That's his caption, his Instagram
we
caption.
don't care.
Yeah, absolutely not. But I will say that what I am impressed by is that every child that's come into the world, he has been able to find. Why didn't he make him music like that? Because he's been able to find the words to express how magical this is. That is talent. This is the 9th one, and you're still going hard on the captions.
He loves those children. Can I ask you guys a question?
Debatable, but yeah.
What number do you think he's going to stop at?
I don't know. I think he's gonna keep going until he actually dies.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he has a number in his head.
I don't think it's a number. I think it's just like, if it's going to stick, let's go. But I genuinely feel like because do you know what I also love as well? To be fair, as much as I don't really agree with what he's doing, I love that he's as present as he can be for every woman that goes for it, because everyone has a unique maternity shoot.
Yes.
And in each one, Nick Cannon is taking a break from his daytime TV show to pose for these pictures, and he looks happy.
Yeah.
And he's at the baby showers, like he's doing what he actually can.
Mark my word, there will be a reality show about this in the future.
Absolutely, there needs to be.
Yeah.
There needs to be. That he
Cannon's
should have them all in the
kids.
same house.
Cannon's kids.
I think you should have them all in the same house. They should all live together. That way, you literally imagine the rounds there every night to say good night to the kids. You got to stand downstairs with a megaphone and be like, "Good night, kids." That's so dead. That's dead. But so the next bit of news is actually sad news for me. It's my what did I call her last time? My mentor,
Yes, Miss Wendy Williams.
Miss Wendy Williams. Yeah. So sadly, she's gone back into a wellness facility, aka rehab. So basically, with Wendy, obviously she worked in radio and then ended up having a talk show and stuff like that. But sadly, she's always kind of struggled with alcohol abuse and drugs as well. Yeah, but she was clean for years. Yeah. But sadly, she had a relapse in 2018, and I reckon it was around the time when she found out that her husband of decades had a whole mistress and a secret child, and he was using Wendy's money to fund his life. And it's mad because it basically all just came out. And it's funny because he basically lived with her and her son. Well, her son is in college as well, but he basically lived in 2 homes. Men are unbelievable. He lived in 2 homes at the same time because he was actually a present and active partner in the other relationship. These times, well, he's Wendy's manager and producer of the show.
Emmanuel said he commended him because of that same understanding that none of them actually knew less.
Yeah.
He was always 100% present each.
He would commend that, wouldn't he?
He commends that.
Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah. He stand him for a little bit, to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
He researched to see if he could find any information that he can actually add to his docket, his resume. He loved the guy. He loved it. I didn't know the guy.
Kevin Hunter.
Yeah. He came in one day and he was like, "Brent,
let me tell you about this man.
Yeah.
This amazing black man.
This guy doesn't seem to be anybody other than Wendy Williams' husband. Why have you dedicated time researching him?" And he's like, "This is what."
It's a mentor to him.
He said it. He deep dives. So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it. But yeah, so sadly she's now basically back in rehab. It's a very, very sad story. So basically, I'm also reading that she actually asked for help, or her team asked for help for her from the production company that did her show.
Yeah.
So they basically asked them, I guess maybe they were asking them, for a break for her to go and get herself back. This was kind of at the start of her relapse or whatever. And they wouldn't grant it. They were just like, there was like a whole family intervention. So her mum's passed away now, but like it included her parents, like an entire family saying to the production company, like, listen, we don't want this to get bad. We don't want this to get out of hand. She's been clean. And she always celebrated how long she's been clean. And she always showed empathy to people that had struggled with drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And apparently they asked them for help. And they were basically like, not going to lie to you, you get yourself together or you're going to lose your show. But sadly, she lost her show because she did take a couple of months away. And this is when she kind of had to open up about it. But she said, because she suffers also from Graves' disease and lymphedema. What's that thing called? Lymphedema. So she took time off for her health. But obviously, it was all that stuff she was dealing with as well. And then I remember the episode where she had to basically admit that she's been living in a alcohol in like a rehab basically. So what she would do, come on the show, and then from straight after the show, she would go to the rehab and she'd be living there for a few months, and wasn't allowed phones or anything like that. Just could only read magazines, obviously because of the show and whatever. It's a very, very sad story. So apparently she's in there just to kind of get herself back in good shape, because I announced not too long ago that she's going to have a podcast, The Wendy Experience, coming out soon. But even her ex-husband as well has spoken about how, the production company turned back against her, and also that she was a vulnerable person and they knew that they had control over a vulnerable person. And I also reported to you guys, just a reminder, that they've basically tried to, her bank, and I think someone that's close to her anyway, tried to get her to lose her finances, basically, tried to take control of that. And basically they cited that, she's not in the right state of mind, and, she's basically crazy, basically. And so she got locked out of her accounts. But now she's got, and then they took it to court and everything. So now she's got someone who's like a guardian over her account. And if I'm not wrong, I believe it's her son. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on the news. Hopefully, I do pray she recovers. It's just so sad, man, because I remember when she celebrated her last season, like, as in being renewed for the last season, which was, it would have been season 12, I believe.
But then crazy that is for
she never got to do it.
To tell you that you can't have access to your money because they feel as though that you are in the right state of mind.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Crazy.
Very mad. Very, very mad. And I remember as well, because then her Instagram has always been like the show's Instagram, I guess. It's like, it was called The Wendy Show, her Instagram. But she didn't deal with the social media of that. So whenever she wanted to post something, she would have to post it, send it to someone, send a picture, for example, of her dinner or whatever, then they'll post it for her. So then I remember she created her own Instagram, her personal one now. And I think it's called The Real Wendy Williams or something. And she did a live talking about how she feels that everyone around that's meant to be protecting her is turning against her. And that's when she spoke about the whole finance stuff and saying how they're trying to say I'm out of my mind and I'm crazy and blah, blah. But it's just because they just want to basically steal my money. She's worked hard. Yeah. Stupid hard. As much as people don't like her, whatever, she's worked very hard to get where she is and to get to raise the wealth that she has. Yeah. And considering her husband was using it to sponsor his side chicks and whatever, bloody crazy.
But it's not their money. Like, what are they barring her from spending it on? What's she gonna do? Exactly.
She's just like the good handbag, and she's Wendy. She probably gets this for free anyway. But yeah, so they did all of that stuff. And I remember as well, Charlemagne. So basically, Charlemagne used to work with her when she was on radio, but they kind of fell out. And he would say stuff about when Angela Yee would report on Breakfast, stuff about Wendy, and he would always say like she needs to get away from that man, as in Kevin Hunter. She needs to get away from that man. And I remember when she then announced that she was going to get divorced. Apparently, when she did the announcement, she basically had to have security on set with her all the time, because apparently he was quite allegedly abusive. And so it would even be in front of other people as well, where like even members of the team that worked on the show, where basically everyone was kind of scared of him. Like everyone said how whenever he came, it was like a different kind of. But I feel like finding out all of that stuff, she was kind of losing her marbles a little bit, because her health declined and even mentally. Sometimes you can see as well that sometimes she's like spacey in like what she was talking and remembering stuff and stuff like that. So it's really, 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 really sad. And I do pray that she can bounce back, and hopefully rehab will get her to do what she needs to do, because she's sober for like nearly 20 years.
Sad, man.
It's mad. But hopefully everything will work out for her. But also, on my ex-faith, Nicki Minaj is basically suing this woman who is a gossip blogger. Her name is Nosy Ho. Yes. This is the world we live in today. She's basically suing her for $75,000. And it's a defamation lawsuit. Because the woman is claiming that Nicki's a cokehead. Okay. She claimed it with chest. So she said she's shoving all this cocaine, shoving in all this cocaine up her nose, allegedly. Thank you, allegedly. I guess someone might say allegedly. Then she says, but we all know it's true. She's like, I can't even say allegedly with that, because we all know it's true. I'm not saying allegedly on that. Nicki Minaj is a cokehead. Well, she's going to court now. Nicki's basically taking her to court, and she said she's going to be looking at other bloggers who basically say wild stuff about her like that. And then Nicki's lawyer said, when this case is over, she will no longer be permitted to even use the name Nosy Ho, because we will take all her trademark from her when she does not have enough money to pay the judgment.
Right.
And it says, anyone else who spreads lies about Nicki will suffer a similar fate. My marching orders are to aggressively sue anyone with a media or social media following who damages her with intentional lies. Eventually, the lesson will be learned.
Good.
I guess when you can't come back at people for calling your man you got to get them another way. And then Nicki in a tweet said, now let's hope the people you guys are doing all this dirty work for love you enough to hire top-notch lawyers for you and to pay your bills once I own your blogs, your shows, those IG pages you'll try to protect so bad. Couple artists in the folder too. I'll own your publishing, duds.
Do you respect that, Emmanuel?
What Nicki's
level
doing?
of pettiness?
Yeah, 100%. Because like sometimes like people will really just take advantage, man.
Yeah.
Just because you're in the spotlight and stuff, you think you can just talk recklessly about people, and sometimes this is the best way to get them.
So you
If
don't-
it's true,
You don't feel it's below the belt. You feel it's on par for what they suggested.
100%. What? That's not below the belt at all.
I think calling someone a cokehead. Now she's going to basically remove all of their financial incomings.
Yeah, I don't think that's below the belt.
All right.
No, because you can't. Why are you just lying about me like that?
It's like
That's-
calling
that's
someone
okay?
a dickhead, though, no?
Huh?
It's like calling someone a dickhead.
It's not the same
Oh.
because that's just a regular insult. The other one's implying.
I mean, to
Like
say
how you
someone's
live
doing
your
drugs,
life.
that's difficult. That's different, man.
Yeah. Is it
I mean, the sex
necessary?
offender one, shoe fits.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Lace the trainers up.
Yeah.
But
Can't
yeah.
do that to people, man. Sometimes like these people have to sue them and you know.
Yeah, I do think, because I think people take advantage of the fact that it's a celebrity. They're like, oh, you won't see it. But sometimes they do. If it's JT from City Girls, JT searches her name.
All right, tell me something. So this particular blogger was actually accusing her of snorting coke, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what you're saying, eh?
Yeah, she called her cokehead.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
her lifestyle. She's saying.
Remember growing up, Emmanuel, when we used to call people crackheads?
Yeah.
Like, were we saying that they were actually on crack?
No, but we were growing up, innit? We were kids. when you're
But you
saying,
can call someone a crackhead right now just because they've said something wild.
yeah,
But that's not accusing them of actually.
that's true. You're 100% right. But this is different because she was very specific. She's saying, we all know it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, not allegedly, we know it's true. She's a cokehead. What? That's different to it just being.
Yes, because people even said to allegedly. She said, no, actually, nothing's alleged about this. She is that.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
fair enough.
If it's not true, then you can't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing
Fair
that
enough.
to people, man.
Fair enough.
But then the girl as well, that one too, she doesn't learn because she tweeted, she said, Nicki Minaj is unhinged and harassing me on Instagram. She doxed me and sent her barbs to threaten to kill me. She's been commenting under my IG post since like 24 hours ago. No one around her is smart enough to just take her phone. Then she hashtagged surviving the petties because Nicki Minaj's husband is called Petty.
Oh, man.
Kenneth Petty.
Kenneth Petty. That name is funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but yeah, I'll see what happens with that if Nicki wins. I reckon she will win anyway, to be fair, because you can't just be going around saying stuff like that. In America, they take that defamation stuff
Yeah.
very seriously. On to Nigerian news. So Hush Puppi, I find him so funny. But basically, Hush Puppi is a
You're in love with him or something, bro. That was like,
impossible.
Hush puppy.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, you guys, you're hearing very wrong. Trust me. Anyway, let me never be rude today. Nope, not today. But anyway, so basically, a Nigerian guy called Hush Puppi, and his name's like Abbas something. Anyway, but basically, he got in Dubai because he was doing flashy lifestyle, like private jets all the time. You can still find his Instagram page is still up. Go and see what kind of life this guy was living. He was flying people out. He even flew Black China at one time and was doing up dinner with her in this expensive ass restaurant. Like, he was literally living the life. But he was doing what Nigerians called Yahoo. So basically, he was doing fraud. He was doing fraud and he basically got. So it's alleged that he basically, I think it's like something crazy, like it's got to be more than $22 million. But it was something mad. And he was also stealing from like governments as well. And I think that's when they said enough is enough, mate. So it was stealing from like governments, and I think it was stuff to do with like COVID as well, and the US government and the UK government and all that kind of stuff. But his latest one that was discovered was he tried to defraud a Qatari business person who lost $810,000. There's actually if you guys search on YouTube, there's actually a whole thing, a whole operation, a whole, what's it called, footage of how they basically got him, the work they put into finding all the information out about him, and then going to get him. But at the time of his sentencing, it was a lot of stuff that was going on. So he was kind of looking at like a minimum of like 20 years. But he's been cooperating with the law, and so the FBI have basically asked the court to sentence him to 11 years, and he would have to pay $2.2 million in restitution and $100 admin fine. Like, why wouldn't you just add
So
that?
why
to
is his
the thing?
Instagram still up?
His Instagram is up.
Yeah, his Instagram-
Honestly, go and check his Instagram.
No, I'm on it now.
it's so
Just
it's
flicking
so
through.
funny. He literally was living his like bestest life. Just to get me, it's how he would be in Dubai, yeah. But because he wanted to show he had money, he had a fur coat on.
No, the guy is ridiculous.
Like he's such a ridiculous.
He's actually ridiculous. He was actually
human
living his best life.
being.
Like he was peacocking at the highest level.
It was mad. It's very, very mad. But yeah, so there's that. But
he
also,
he had to though, to be fair.
second,
Huh?
he had to.
Let's move on.
Yeah, because that's why. No, we can't. Let's pause there for a second. Because when you were like, I was like, nah, hush, Puppi. I was thinking, mate, it's impossible. Not even if I was blind, child. Heck no. Sorry, guys. You know, saying guys. Sometimes guys think when they have money, yeah, you get a pass. No, so go look at your face.
Well, Black China thought so.
Yeah, Black China's different. She lives differently to how I live. You gotta have a face that I can stand. That I wouldn't wake up next to. Like, I don't want to see your face in the morning and scream.
He's cute though.
Cute for what? His jumper might be cute. That's about it. Heck no. And you know what it is? I think because I like know what like, because he seems to me like a guy who he thinks the money makes him cool. Do you get what I mean? And I know what guys like that tend to be like. So whenever I see his picture, that's why I was laughing. It makes me cringe because it's like you're really not it.
The pictures are basically like this branding.
It's just branding.
It's like luxury branding. Like everything is just like matching.
For me, do you know what gets me? It's the
Everything's matching.
It's when he's on the plane, he's eating the fruits, and the song I can't kill myself is playing in the background.
Like he's just doing everything is matching.
It's just ridiculous. Like you had a fur coat on in 40 degrees Dubai.
That guy, man.
Now I know you was hot. No, you was extra hot. But anyways, while he was in prison as well, yeah, imagine he got caught while in prison serving, like waiting to be sentenced for all this stuff. He got caught doing $400,000 fraud.
Nigerian, man. Hey.
You actually get to
Real
see
nigga.
it's him.
Real
Like it's
nigga, man.
actually ingrained in his spirit. So apparently he was he laundered over $400,000 whilst in prison. It's mad. But I've heard so much about him in that like a lot of conspiracy, I guess, that he's not in like normal jail and he's kind of in the jail where you get the under where you get tortured and like
Oh, serious?
waterboarded.
Oh, that's where he is.
Apparently, there was a
Damn.
conspiracy a while ago that he's not in. He's like in a special, untraceable kind of jail.
Wow. Like Guantanamo.
Yeah, those kind of vibes. Yeah, and then also as well because justice still from the government. They don't take it. I feel like that's when they said they're doing too much now.
But what government was he stealing from?
U.S. government.
Oh, okay.
It was to do with COVID.
Oh,
So I think basically I think what they would do like kind of duplicate websites or whatever and take money. So he found a way. I think he and his team found a way to kind of hack into the U.S. government, and they were basically taking money that was meant to do with like COVID and stuff like that. And that's when they said, being more than you can chew. It's mad. It's a very interesting. I do think that I need someone to do a documentary. I need a Netflix documentary on this one. I need it. Like, I'm sorry, we've had one with the vegans, the coffee shop, the Tinder swindler. Let's get a black Nigerian in there. Let's do it. But yeah, and then he also got sentenced one of his boys where he was facing a lot of time, but that guy got released.
Was it?
Yeah, and people were basically saying that he basically snitched. Because then people were like, the cheek of you, because when he came out as well, he did a whole long caption talking about, that was difficult, but he's like, free my boy, da da da. And people said, first of all, why are you free when you were his right-hand man? So what are you talking about? If anything, you should have been going down together.
Right.
And I think he's the one who kind of alleged that he's not in a proper type of prison. But
Jillian just said that he isn't ugly. He said that he's handsome and you'd be lucky to get with him.
who'd be lucky? She's not talking about
I
me.
don't know who she was talking about.
Creep with an esque.
Well, there's only one girl in the room, so.
Exactly. What? I'll be lucky to what?
I think we have to see if the comment is real.
You need to. I don't care if it's real, just in case it's anyone's head. You need to see. You need to see my CV. I mean, I've been chilling with good, very good looking men. Don't try it. See how cute I am. Anyway, please. But yeah, so we'll see anyway. I'll keep an eye on how that case, what happens with that, and see what happens. My last bit of news, trigger warning. It's about R. Kelly and his behavior. So basically, he has been found guilty. So there's that. I was gonna say famous video, but there's that video that's. You laughing at me?
The peeing video.
Yeah. Because I really thought I grew up thinking it was a rumor, but
Oh no, that's real.
it's
man.
true. So yeah, so there's that video of him allegedly having sexual relations with a 14-year-old girl and peeing on her. So he's been found guilty of that. So I guess the video does exist. And
Yeah, we all seen it.
who's we and all?
But why are they able to go back
We,
and
as in the
judge
public.
that though?
Because
Because they assessed that in the first case, maybe
That
a
video
decade-
came out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I saw it as a kid.
yeah, but then I swear he just got he recently got charged for it. For all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
No,
that was in court.
No,
before.
that case that was already in court before.
Yeah.
I remember he was trying to say it was his brother. His brother was like, "Nah, that wasn't me."
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
that's already been in court, and it was dismissed. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this one is more of a federal. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, right? I've stuck him up with that R. Kelly stuff. I don't know. At this point, there's too many cases. I just need all the sentencing to happen, and then I can come here and tell you guys, yeah, he's got 70 years. Do you get what I mean? Because it's just a look. I know he's already got the 30 years, but that was after a jury in Brooklyn. So this one is in Chicago. So it's like, are we doing maybe it's each state that he's committed a crime in, maybe. But yes, he was found guilty of that, and yes, he was found guilty of 6 out of 13 charges that were brought against him. He was found guilty of coercing 3 minors in criminal sexual activity and producing 3 child sexual abuse videos, and all of which the prosecutor said involved the same 14-year-old girl. Yeah, there isn't really much to say on that. So that's it for me today. Let's get into People's Journal.
Journal, I'll give you news from an economics point of view. All right, so I don't have much today, but I want to give you an update on Centre Parks that we spoke about yesterday. And basically, they're getting a lot of backlash again, right? So basically, as I mentioned yesterday, basically they told everyone to leave the premises, innit, on Monday because of the Queen's funeral.
Yeah.
Right? There's going to be no staff, things of that nature, right? And so, they just expected people to be okay with that. So obviously, there's a lot of backlash, and so they went back to the drawing board and they, tried to revise certain things. And basically, what they're saying is, guests already on holiday will now be able to stay, but people due to arrive on Monday will not be able to start their holidays until the following day. So they're still saying, if you're booked in for Monday, you can't come on Monday. You have to come on Tuesday. And the people who are already there, you guys are okay to stay. In addition to that, they're also saying the guys who are able to stay, bear in mind that our restaurants and pools will be closed.
The what?
Yeah, the restaurants and the swimming pools are going to be closed.
So what they meant to do? They're really serious about
They're just
everyone
staying in a
reflecting
room.
this day, innit?
Yeah.
By
yeah.
forced reflection.
Yeah, imagine. So yeah, this is them actually going back to the drawing board, and yeah, it's crazy.
Well, it's a good thing it told them now, because then they can go and get some supplies and stuff, innit?
Yeah, but that's not what I'm here for. When you go to holiday, I'm not here to be eating rasta stew.
And it's additional money I didn't want to pay.
Exactly. When my thing might be all inclusive.
This is it.
Do you know what I think? Yeah, I think that they should just stop the foolishness. I think that them even having to go back to the drawing board shows that they're just trying to do something to just be shown to be doing something.
Yeah.
Because they should have stayed put in it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's even more pathetic than the first time.
Then they're not serious, man.
Are you serious, Emmanuel? You agree with that?
With what?
The fact that they changed to accommodate, you don't like that? They should have stayed in their stubbornness in the first place?
Yeah,
Weak.
if they stayed if they say they're stubbornness, then hopefully people recognize they're scumbags, and then their business will be out. That'll be it. That'll be the end of
So
their
you
business.
agree that they changed? It was good for them to change.
Yeah, of course, man. You can't be messing up people like that.
But suppose we parallel that to this government
Yeah.
and Boris.
Yeah, I told you guys, Boris was weak for that. For quitting.
Yeah. So do you think that we should, reverse Brexit?
I don't think we should reverse. Why should we reverse?
How did you get there?
What's
What's the thought process behind that one, Brent?
Thread. But no.
reverse the Brexit? Why?
Yes.
The people voted for it.
Let's just say they lied to the people. But let's just say we find out that it was definitely a bad idea.
Yeah.
Do you think that they should change their mind?
If you give the vote to people and say, people, would you like to vote again? And people more than 50% say yes, we would like another vote.
Yeah.
Then okay.
All right. So it's always down to the people.
All right, it should be. In most cases, it should be. Not every case, but yeah, most people.
So you love a democracy at all costs.
100%.
All right.
What'd you say?
At all costs. At all costs.
It depends. Remember, I said it depends. It depends on what it is.
All right, well, I'll just bank that. I'll bank that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
All right. And next thing is about Asda. I know a lot of people like Asda, man. As you should, I guess. Because they've got like a budget line called Just Essentials, right? Yeah. And it was doing really well and everything. However, they're saying they temporarily limited the amount of purchases that you can actually like get from that new budget range.
Yeah.
Because basically the demand is so high. So it's doing so well, but they can't keep up with the demand. You know what I'm saying? The demand is outstripping the availability. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so they're basically telling people, look, you can only take 3, I believe. Yeah. A maximum of 3 items of any of those particular things in the budget range. There was a food poverty campaigner by the name of Jack Monroe. He criticized Asda for basically cutting back its budget ranges in certain stores. So obviously saying, look, you guys need to put certain things in stores that, people who don't have the resources to afford, certain things can rely on those particular items and stuff in it. But it doesn't look like Asda is just purposely doing it. At least from what I'm getting, it just looks like they just can't meet the demand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously this cost of living crisis is affecting everyone, so people are kind of moving towards that type of area where they prefer to spend their money on the actual brands of the store and not necessarily the Heinz and all them type of things there, innit?
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not sure if I mentioned this yesterday, but Aldi, because of that, Aldi's become the 4th largest supermarket in the country. So, yeah, so, before, I'm assuming the top 2 is obviously Tesco and Sainsbury's, innit? Mm-hmm. Then Asda, then it used to be Morrison's. But Aldi's surpassed them now, innit? Because obviously, yeah, their prices are much more competitive, man. So, yes. Also, for people who want to go to the cinema, you lot can go to the cinema on Monday for free.
Was it?
Yes.
If we're watching the Queen's speech, listen, if you used to go and watch the Queen's funeral,
Esther is very sharp.
It is, isn't it? Because there's nothing in the country is free. I knew it. Free cinema.
So basically, yeah, man, they're screening the funeral at all these cinemas at basically 150 different movie theaters.
I'm sorry, I think.
What, free snacks as well? Popcorn and that?
I don't think so.
So I should go.
There might have been anyone behind the bar to say the popcorn anyway.
Exactly. But yeah, man, yeah, it's going to be free, man. Cineworld, Showcase, Odeon.
Who here is actually going to watch it?
Huh?
I know Iman's watching it.
Who here?
Yeah, why not? You know what I mean?
I know he's watching
Salute.
Yeah?
Salute. Let me quote that, bro.
You know, crazy, man.
What, watching the funeral?
Yeah.
No.
I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I'm not watching it, man.
You not watching it for?
I want to start BMF, man.
Ooh, I'm gonna start
okay,
BMF.
okay.
I started a new show recently on Apple TV. It's called
BMF's hard.
I'm gonna watch it on my Monday to-do list. But I started a new show called The Morning Show. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
It's got Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell, them from Office. Really, really good show. It's about like literally a morning show and them competing to be the top.
Okay. And it's a series. Like.
Yeah, so basically like Steve says it's about that the Me Too movement as well. Okay. So he's at the star of the show, he and Jennifer Aniston, but he gets got. And then he's like, if you're going to take me down, everybody's coming along. So it's kind of like all that politics is proper sick.
Okay.
But that's my money. I'm not watching the funeral. I don't know what channel it's going to be on.
All channels, probably. You can't
I'm
escape
guessing
it.
BBC first and
Yeah,
foremost.
they'll definitely put on BBC. I'm not too sure about it.
I can't.
everywhere else.
Do you know what? If I see people in the queuing for the cinema, to go and watch the funeral, I guess people will see it as a community thing.
Yeah, they will do
They
that.
all get to cry together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All the best all parties involved.
There you go. So yeah, free entry for those who want to go cinema, man. And the last thing is basically about inflation. You know, yesterday I didn't have no good news, right? Today, it's kind of good. You know what I mean? It's some progress in it. So inflation, remember I spoke about this for months.
Yeah.
It went up to 10.1%, right? But it's dropped down to 9.9%.
Okay.
So 0.2% difference. It's something, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully this is the type of trajectory it's going to be, you know, going. But yeah, it's still the highest it's been in 40 years. But yeah, like I just said, hopefully things start to improve. And like I said, Liz Truss's decision to kind of borrow money, put it into the economy, and basically help everyone to bring their gas and electricity down to 2.5 as a cap. A lot of analysts are saying that will contribute to it falling further. So we'll see. We'll see, man. And yeah, that's all I have for the People's Journal today.
Alrighty. Let's get into woke or joke. Talking for time.
Yeah, we have. This one good joke. I'm not sure if you have seen it. Yeah, it's hard to You know what, Brent? Is it possible for you to put the link in the chat for people to look at?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I need to send it to you first, innit? Or can you just get it from the document?
Sorry, do you want them to see the image? Because I could just put up the image whilst you're talking.
Okay, yeah, you can put the image. Yeah, put the image.
Yeah, I think they're more likely going to
Okay,
watch
this
the
is
image.
foolishness.
Okay.
What's that?
All right. This is.
What's that?
Click the link, please. This is absolute foolishness.
As you're looking into it,
I
I will start talking. So basically, what good joke today? You guys understand the premise, right? This guy's been in the newspaper before. This is not the first time, by the way. So Esther.
You know, sometimes people just need to get a job. Get a job. Get a job.
But think about it. What if it's true? But anyway, let me say what the situation is. So there's a guy who's a Aussie. So he's a British-born Aussie, and he believes that he's the love child of King Charles III and the Queen Consort Camilla. Right, and he's pretty much come out and said it's a big kick in the face to see William named as the Prince of Wales. It should be him. So he's basically saying he was adopted at 8 months, right? Mm-hmm. And basically he maintains that his adoptive grandmother told him on her deathbed. So there's no reason for her to lie.
He looks the same age as them,
There
though.
is. I'm saying. He's the age mate.
lot of bad-
Matter of
So,
fact,
but
he
you're
looks,
a love
older
child.
than Charles.
Agbaya. You're the same age as I'm saying.
He's lived a
You know,
different, he's lived a different life.
he looks like Charles is his
No,
love
but
child.
he looks older than Charles, no?
You know how bad, you know.
He looks like he should have said he and Camilla gave birth to Charles. This is foolishness here.
Hold on, how old is this guy claiming to be?
He's 56.
That's a hard 56.
Charles, how old is Charles? 76?
Yeah,
76. So 20, yeah.
20 years. That's a difficult one.
He could have done it, you know. But yeah, he's saying basically he was adopted at 8 months, and his adopted grandmother, told him on her deathbed that he was the secret son of Charles and Camilla. He said for years, right?
Hold on, what's his grandma's like mental health history or history? Like, no, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Because if she's a completely coherent person, why would she just say that randomly? But if she was suffering from dementia or memory loss, or she was an old woman who was, you know, she wasn't ticking right. Marbles were a bit loose. Then maybe her saying that is like, oh, that's just grandma being grandma again.
Yeah.
Maybe your grandma is completely coherent, and then one day she's dying, she says, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to listen to her. And,
This is
you know
it.
what I mean?
This is it. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people have said, look at his face and look at Camilla's.
You know, he does look like Camilla. He looks like a brother.
There
You know
go.
what?
So there's something.
Woke. I'm sold.
All right. There
Do you know
go.
this is giving me? Did you guys ever watch Friends?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Do you remember when Phoebe's grandma told her dad is Albert Einstein?
Yes.
I don't remember that
think I
episode actually for some reason.
That's what it's giving. So basically, her grandma, basically, you know when you go and buy a
remember.
photo album,
Yeah.
and there's just that picture that's just there for you
Yeah.
to take out and replace your
Yeah.
picture. Her grandma told her that was her family. That was her dad. That was her. Do you get what I mean? That's what it's giving me.
Yeah.
His grandma lied.
Yeah, I remember.
Because how would she know?
This is random, but I remember in school, one of my friends, he told me, he showed me a picture of a guy, in America. And he told me that and the guy was standing next to a woman, And he told me that this man was his brother. Yeah. He told me the man in the picture was his brother, that he has a brother who lives in America. Cool. At the time, I didn't know who that man was. He was just a black man, right? So after remember I'm in primary school. So after I get older, and we just talk. I remember your brother in America. Anyway, the guy was Tupac. But I don't know who Tupac was. I don't know who he was at the time. This same friend convinced me that Pele was Ghanaian.
This is what I'm saying.
Your friend.
He convinced me for years.
Minaj.
But are you sure it was the right Pele? Because remember, there's a Ghanaian Pele.
I later on found out when I was older that there's a Ghanaian Pele.
Yeah.
But he was referring to Brazilian Pele and telling me that he was Ghanaian.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Y'all are wilding. Listen.
This
is why I'm sorry. This is why there needs to be less absent parents, because you can be there to tell your child this is whom you are.
All right. You know what? Can I add a bit more to the story?
Please.
Yeah.
Cool. So remember, his adoptive grandparents, right? It was the grandmother that said XYZ, right? Both adoptive grandparents actually worked for the Queen and Prince Philip in one of their royal households.
Work, man.
And he claims, like I just said, your face is changing.
It's work.
Your face is changing.
But I just think that wouldn't they have... I just think that the way the royal family is set up, I just think that they would have done their due diligence to make sure this never comes to light.
And they pretty much did.
They didn't, because here he is talking.
Yeah, but...
They paid her off. And then when is it? She's like, all right, I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm dying now. Boom.
Yeah.
Here you go.
This is it.
Do you know what the easiest thing to do? Just do a DNA test.
Thank you for saying that.
But
Yeah, but are they going to want to do it?
no.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you said that
Claim
because...
you, 56-year-old man.
And then William's now thinking, are you okay, bruv?
Yeah.
Basically, this is what he said, right? Well, when he was talking about, basically he said, it's hard not to take Charles' name in William as the Prince of Wales as anything other than a kick in the face. I don't want to feel that way, but I do. I just think...
But the way is, his delivery is coming across delusional because it's not a kick in the face. It's not like he hasn't acknowledged you as his son.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Come on, say William a little bit.
All right.
No, he does resemble Camilla.
I think it's a receding hairline.
And he
so-
resembles William, to be fair.
No, but I think it's a lack of hairline.
But it's because he's just a white guy.
Yeah,
Perhaps,
no.
yeah.
Or is
Things
it?
look alike.
You know what I mean?
He said, yeah, I don't want to feel that way, but I do. I just think the least Charles can do is give me an answer. Acknowledge me. He gives William a title like that. Well, where's my answer? Where's my DNA test? If you're not my father, then prove you're not.
You know
This
what?
is what he said.
Facts though. But this
This is
story
so funny.
has to reach them, innit?
It has reached them. And
Okay.
basically what they're saying is the Queen didn't want to dignify his argument with a response.
Of course she didn't. But she
Because-
dignified Andrew's
There we
pedophilia
go again.
behavior with the response.
So it's true then.
So it's true.
Because
but is it
because
true?
you know in court, right?
Is that what sent her over?
Maybe.
No, he's been doing this for years.
So she's got lots
You
of
know
answers there.
in
Almighty.
court, if it's a paternity case and the woman refuses or whatever, then the judge is like, but why?
Yeah.
Why are you refusing?
Like, why are you so?
Like
Yeah.
I get why the Queen is like, this is
Yeah.
the peasant shit.
Yeah, but the
I
Queen,
get it because she's the Queen. Why should I, whatever, succumb to your claims? But
Yeah.
at the same time, why not?
Do you know what I think? I think also because the Queen knew, the royal family knew that Charles and Camilla were sneaking about even when they've been knowing that. So I would not be surprised. And also maybe that's one of the reasons why they didn't want them to get married, apart from the fact that she was.
Maybe.
And also, you know, Prince Harry as well. He's not Charles' son.
See, this
No,
is
he's
another
not.
thing. This is
He's
another
what's his name again?
that. Yeah, I know you're talking about this. One ginger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it was security or something like that.
No, the
Yeah,
actor, man.
great.
Brent, what's his name, man? You know what I'm talking about.
Ginger Minja.
Hold on, let me type it in.
Who is Harry's real dad?
I know the comments probably told me by now.
Yeah.
Let me check.
And yeah, so why are you looking for that? This is what he said. He said there's been a discussion in there between a judge and myself and his barrister about the legal standing of Charles and whether the monarch is protected by the law or is above the law. And he said the answer to that is simply no. They told me that we don't see any reason why he is. And secondly, Camilla and her family are certainly not above the law. So that argument has already been had and settled.
First of all, you
James-
respect your mother.
James Hewitt. That's
James
the man I'm
Hewitt,
talking about.
okay.
Yeah. Because it was alleged that Princess Diana and him had an affair.
Affair.
Yeah. Listen, all this shit is true, man.
Where's James from? Is he white? That pure Caucasian.
Who's James Hewitt?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks just like him.
I was gonna say he's got.
ginger.
Oh, is it okay? Oh, really?
This is his dad, 100%.
It looks very similar.
Yeah.
Have you got a picture there?
Yeah. Look, I've got it side by side, man. Look at that. With all the facts.
That's that. See that?
If you think, yeah.
There's a better picture.
Listen.
There's a picture.
Let me
If you think
look
the
at that.
royal family, yeah, don't have secrets,
Of course they do.
scandal, secret children, all that shit, you are kidding yourself.
Do you know what? That
Kidding yourself, mate.
big up. What's his name?
If anyone has all this salacious shit, it is them.
Yeah, it would be them. Oh no, Harry, your daddy's son. That is definitely his dad.
That's it. Done.
Which one? Which picture you see?
Even this one. Hold on.
Even this picture of all three of them together. Like, there's no resemblance to Charles.
Yeah, because he looks no way. Yeah,
Look
he
at this
looks-
one.
it's mad.
Fam, that's his child.
That's his in her.
Yeah, man.
That's what Oprah should have asked him when they sat down with him and Meghan.
But again, like this is not something that Prince Harry would want to know, though, isn't it? Because
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't know,
think
man.
Prince Harry knows.
You got to know, man.
I think he knows.
Especially with the way William acts as well. You know that's
Like, William is obviously Charles' son. Look at the
Like, in every
they're
way.
like twins.
in every way,
Yeah.
character, everything, and Harry's just living his best life.
Yeah.
But I think with this guy though,
Brent, can you put a poll?
Remember,
Maybe- yeah, he did.
this shit happens in
it
real
is?
life.
Okay, cool.
This happens in real life, let alone
Yeah.
Them-
at that level.
I feel bad for him then in that sense. In that
But
case,
wouldn't you be comforted that you didn't come from that particular Willie?
no, because
It depends
What
how.
if he's broke?
No, but it depends how Harry feels about Charles. Harry might love Charles. He might not.
No, but he's a dead man. Though, man.
Well, I
dead
thought you were
man.
talking about this one. I thought you
Who
were
about
the-
James Hewitt?
yeah.
but him
No,
and Yep.
No, he would
Durante
want. He would
Day.
rather James
Who?
Hewitt.
Oh, you're
than
talking about
his
this? Oh, you're talking about this?
other fella.
The 56-year-old man.
yeah.
I'm not talking about that fella.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Harry, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, like, wouldn't he want to know?
No, he wouldn't. He would rather the ginger guy than the.
Yeah, but
the little
remember, Harry and James Hewitt might have a relationship that we don't know about.
They
Yeah.
do.
They do.
They probably do. Yeah.
Never know.
So, welcome, joke, guys. Do you think this guy is the love child of?
Listen,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm here, man.
I'll be honest with you. I'm woke now because I think that human beings, there's nothing they can't do. Especially the royal family. They're probably the worst.
Yeah.
They probably got the worst secrets, the most
Yeah.
disgusting secrets you can imagine.
This shit happens normally.
Get the guy his inheritance, man. Even if you can't make him king, let him hold something.
I'm just more perturbed that he looks the same age as older than Charles. That's what's
Yeah.
that's what's surprising me the most.
Yeah, because you know they don't
Those are
moisturize.
white jeans, man.
Yeah, they don't moisturize. That's what happens when you don't cook about yourself
Yeah.
up. Skin starts to prune up.
He's going through some things, man.
Yeah,
I wonder
yeah,
how he's
we
doing
know.
in life.
He's stressed. Huh?
It looks.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you're, because imagine like you're broke here, but you can see like your family living up. That's deep, man.
Exactly. You're heir to the throne and nobody knows it.
No one knows it. And when you tell people just think it's a drunk story you're telling them at the Christmas parties.
And I think people don't really. I think people take this less seriously because he's old, isn't it? If he was a young guy, I think people like sympathize with him a bit more. Like, I can't look at him and feel sympathy. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I feel like you're jobless. That's why I said get a job. Like it's like
I look at him, I think, oh wait, man, it's too late, man. You're
like,
56.
honestly.
Do you know what's funny as well? He said, this is what he said, yeah. He said, because he shared a tribute
Yeah.
online, innit? This
If
guy.
you tell me, said grandma.
Let me read it to you. He said, like everyone on the planet, it would be hard not to be affected and saddened by her passing. Since finding out about the loss of my grandmother,
He's a real nigga, man.
aka Lilibet,
Lisbeth.
he said, I've been inundated with messages of condolences for her loss. Thank you all for your kind words. Thoughts and concerns.
The people,
That's your
the people
grandma.
that he's told. He's probably told everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I like someone who stands
man.
and walks in the spirit of what they're saying. Man
Yep.
said, I lost my grandma.
Yeah.
You don't even know her.
I think it's true.
Yeah, I think it's true. He does look a bit like William as well.
Yeah, he does.
All right, the people have spoken. They also think it's true. Sorry,
Come
true.
on, there you go.
Yeah, I think it's true, man.
75% to 25%.
Because it kind of looks like Camilla, you know, as well. Do you get what I mean? It looks like it would be actually a good breed. I think they should do it, man.
150 people voted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's
But I think it's a shame that he obviously can't afford it. He can't afford to go to court Because then they will have to order them to. Well, then again, there might be
Sorry,
rules.
I didn't even scroll down. I'm scrolling down the article. There's more pictures of him in it.
Yeah,
This one here, he's looking kind of frail.
that's what I was seeing. That was sending me. It looks like his ID badge for all
His
people.
blue hoodie.
Man, are you lying about the poll?
No, honestly, people have. I voted.
No, I think he's lying about the poll because no one, like, when it shows how many people voted, it's never been that high before.
Exactly. I'm seeing 40.
I'm saying, I'm like, raw, people were even involved today, innit? Nah,
Oh, man.
Brennan's a liar, man.
Yeah, people are saying. I think it's work,
I
man.
thought I was channeling the spirit of Walker joke, to be honest. But all right.
Big up my big up the man.
Yeah,
Get him his justice.
It definitely could be true.
Yeah, I think it's true.
What's the Royals' last name?
Windsor, I believe.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, big up Durante Day Windsor, man.
What's his name? Durante. Is that his name? Wait, let me read it. That sounds like a nigga.
Durante.
Like a black name.
Let me see this
Is
guy.
that what I read it?
Durante Day. Nah, he's fucking lying. Durante. Nah.
Was he raised by black people?
Yes, he was adopted by Jamaicans.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Oh, wait,
what's the joke?
It's in the article.
wait, is that why there's like a palm tree behind him?
Yes, he's in the Caribbean.
They definitely let him in. Nowhere near shouting them.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Is that black woman next to him?
It's too late. They've already got Megan. They ain't
Is that,
getting
is
another
that
one.
black woman's head and her gown?
Maybe, you know.
Bro. He's married a black woman.
No, look. That's a woman.
He's married a black woman.
There. That's
Nah,
her.
stop
That's her ear. That's her hair.
You
That's
see how
her.
the Daily Mail
That's
comes
her.
out?
That's her blouse.
The Daily Mail comes out.
You know what? It's funny.
It
Yeah?
is a black woman.
He
That's
is a
fine.
black woman.
It depends on what you consider black. All right, what's this here? So basically, he
Let me go
says,
and find his Instagram. 'Cause I know you got Instagram.
Look, what? Hold on. So, what do you think that was? That colourful thing there?
I don't know.
That's her blouse. Durante. Nah, Durante is a nigga still.
you know, he's a father of 9.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You fuck up the story for me
He
now.
really is black.
I think it's like that. No, I'm joking.
He really was based on Jamaicans. It's crazy.
And this is so basically, his wife by the name of Elviana and children, basically they are indigenous Australians.
Okay.
Yeah, so he said his family will be partaking in the sacred Aboriginal cultural practices. So yeah,
That might be
that's
why,
why
and that might be why the Queen don't want to fuck with it.
maybe.
Yeah, Megan is too much already.
Yeah, you
How much
think-
more you're bringing a black wife mixed with kids in
I
here?
told you
What
this.
the
We
flip?
got this news just before we got the announcement.
Boy.
Because that means, yeah, if he became king, yeah, then his mixed race kid is blacking up.
King
Monarchy.
Durante. Imagine.
Crazy.
Damn.
Durante Day. That's a very unique name, though.
Yeah, I can't find his Instagram, but
No, try Facebook. He definitely looks like a Facebook guy.
Exactly.
now big up Durante, man. Get
This
him
is the funniest
justice.
story
Durante Day
of the
Windsor.
week.
That's mad. That would be interesting.
But yes.
You know, there's certain things that I know that I feel like when I die, yeah, like I want God to like confirm.
What's that?
This is on my list now. You know, there's certain things that you find that you just hear in life and
As
you
in you
don't
want-
know.
As in you want to ask him
Yeah, like I want to know the truth.
about.
Is that true? Something like this.
This is going to be on your wish list.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. Did they kill Diana as well? Like I want to know these things.
Yeah.
There's just certain things.
All right. If you only had 3 wishes, like 3 questions that he could 100% tell you the truth on, what 3 would they be? That's what I'm saying. Don't waste them on stuff like this.
Okay, like life question. Oh, okay. So maybe if I was more disciplined and stuff like that, what would my life have turned out to be?
No, not about you.
Oh, about the world.
About this kind of stuff.
I definitely want to know Diana one.
Yeah.
What else is there that's happened in this life that I could be interested in? I remember stuff randomly. I can't
Brent's
remember
going to
right
ask it, is Charles really a lizard?
Oh yeah, reptilian.
I don't think he's a lizard.
Is he really a reptilian?
now.
This
What?
sounds like
Alright, cool.
something you can put for a topic of the day.
Yeah, alright.
Give
Yeah.
some
We need to
people some
think about it.
time.
For example, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. The 9/11 conspiracies, you know, the moon landing, are there aliens living on Earth?
Aliens,
All that
yeah.
stuff, innit?
Okay, let's think about it and come back.
Yeah, you might need to do this for topic of the day tomorrow.
Yeah, because I can't. Yeah, I'll have a think.
Oh, cool. 3. Got to pick 3.
3 things. Okay.
People get your 3 ready as
Yeah,
well.
you guys
man.
get your 3 ready, man. This show
Alright.
is just honestly, yeah.
And for the most interesting one, We do a little competition, a little money involved.
Well, between
You
us
guys want to whip round?
or between the comments.
No, for the listeners.
You said about to enter the competition with his burner account.
You mean I ain't been paid, but we got to pay y'all.
You still going to talk tomorrow.
All right,
He's gonna be on his phone.
for the listeners, just for the community, people who are in the community. All right, the most interesting one that
Yeah.
has to be voted by all of us. All right.
And Mark's will be here. You know, he's strict with voting.
Yeah. You guys will get a £25 Amazon voucher.
Sick.
So are we going to divide that by all of us?
No. I will give you guys the £25. No, me.
I don't know, but I'm saying we can
As
PayPal
in
you.
if no.
But to contribute
It's
to
for
it.
the
Oh
community.
no. Okay, cool. If you want to bump it up a bit, because if it's £25, then we can all contribute something
Okay, yeah.
more than 25.
Okay, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like a tenner or something.
All right, cool.
Slow down. 5 pounds.
All right, fiver.
Yeah, I'm thinking if it's 4 of us, that's extra 20.
All right, cool. So
Okay,
it's
what
£50.
was it?
One,
50?
2, 3,
It'll be
4,
£50.
5.
It'll be £50. It'll be £50 Amazon voucher.
I'm sorry, Esther. Okay, fiver.
Yeah.
No, we could do that. Yeah, okay,
Nice
let's
and
go.
even 50.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just for the
I could do a
community.
10.
Oh, cool.
And you have to be part of the community to basically participate.
Everybody was like, can I do that?
Yeah, you have to be part of the community.
Yeah,
Yes.
so tonight we're going to put up a post and you guys will put all of your questions in there. Is that the best thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answers in there.
Answers.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Put your answers.
And for a screenshot that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel.
No, but not answers, as in they're going to ask God questions, no?
Yeah.
The most interesting question, no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, not answers. Yeah, questions. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
let us know your most interesting. Is it 3 or are they doing 1? Let's just give them 1. I'm going to have to be reading 3.
Just one.
That's tough though. One.
Well, yeah, one for this competition, one's better.
Yeah, a little bit one.
Yeah, because it's a lot of reading.
3 is too many.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
cool.
1, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll put it in the community as well. So
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of the same questions, you know.
well, we've got to see who's most
Exactly.
creative. You've got to win that £50 voucher.
Yeah. If it's not good enough, we keep the money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If we don't come to a unanimous consensus,
Everyone add to the basket.
People.
10 each.
How is one person saying how do you join the community? We've been screaming it every single intro and outro.
but this person might be new.
This person's not new. This person's called in.
Oh,
This person's always saying it's the ghost of such and such.
oh,
I love that person. Anyway,
Yes. Esther will tell you at the end how you join the
I will
community.
tell you at the end again. I told you at the start, but I'll tell you again at the end. All right, let's wrap this up. Okay, we've been here a while.
Yeah, man.
is it the
Headline.
Last headlines, yes.
So what, it's
Down.
gone?
No,
it's
he's
now
done
the
it.
headlights.
Okay, cool. Because I thought, it triggers the thingy.
It did.
Yeah, so it's cut.
What?
As in the live is cut.
No, of course it's not.
No.
Okay, cool.
It was just his banner.
End, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
end
that's the
screen.
end.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come for.
All right.
Thank you.
Still here.
So, these headlines are quite long, bro. But I'm gonna try to be quick. First one: a girl has been ordered to pay the family of her rapist $150,000. Trigger warning. It's too late.
Carrie, just go. Go off, King.
Sorry. So donors to a GoFundMe appeal have raised enough money to pay $150,000 restitution in an Iowa court ruled when an Iowa court ruled that a teenage human trafficking victim must pay to the family of her accused rapist, whom she stabbed to death. Let me say that again, please. So donors to a GoFundMe appeal have raised enough money to pay $150,000 restitution. An Iowa court ruled a teenage human trafficking victim must pay to the family of her accused rapist, whom she stabbed. Piper Lewis, who's 17, was originally charged with first-degree murder in June of 2020, killing in the June of 2020 killing of a 37-year-old Zachary Brooks. She pleaded guilty to manslaughter and willful injury, both punishable by up to 10 years in prison. On Tuesday, a district judge by the name of David M. Porter deferred those prison sentences. If Lewis violates any portion of her probation, however, she could be sent to prison to serve that 20-year term. As for being required to pay the estate of her rapist, Porter said, "This court is presented with no other option," noting that restitution is mandatory under a state law that has been upheld by the Iowa Supreme Court. A former teacher of Lewis, Leland Schipper, organized the GoFundMe appeal, which by Wednesday lunchtime has surpassed the required amount. I am overjoyed with the prospect of removing this burden from Piper, Schipper wrote, adding, a child who was raped under no circumstances should owe the rapist's family money. Schipper said the money would be used first to pay off the $150,000 restitution and an additional $4,000 owed to the state. The surplus would then remove financial barriers for Piper in pursuing college, university, or starting her own business, and give Piper the financial capacity to explore ways to help other young victims of sex crimes. Lewis was 15 when she stabbed Brooks more than 30 times in his apartment. Officials have said Lewis was a runaway seeking to escape an abusive life with her adopted mother and was sleeping in the hallways of an apartment building when a 28-year-old man took her in before trafficking her to other men for sex. Lewis said one of those men was Brooks, who raped her multiple times in the weeks before his death. She recounted being forced at knife point by the 28-year-old man to go with Brooks to his apartment for sex. She told officials that after Brooks raped her yet again, she grabbed a knife from a bedside table and stabbed him in a fit of rage. Police and prosecutors have not disputed that Lewis was sexually assaulted and trafficked, but prosecutors argued that Brooks was asleep when he was stabbed and not an immediate danger to Lewis. Iowa is not among the dozens of states that have a so-called safe harbor law that gives trafficking victims at least some level of criminal immunity. So yes, that's that particular headline.
I'm so glad, that they were able to do a GoFundMe and she did not have that burden. That is just, it's absolutely sickening that this is even, it's wild.
The family may give them, I don't know why I'm thinking that.
But then the family will give the money back.
They should do. They should just be like, look, just take it. You didn't deserve this.
I hope they do that. That would be such a great thing for them to do. To give her back the money. That would be a great thing for them to do. Without even taking a penny out of it.
Yeah. But you never know. They may see it as, look, this guy's gone. And so I've got kids. He had kids and, who's going to look after them now that he's gone? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man.
No, my gasp was about the question before.
Okay.
No, I just thought about one question that I would definitely want to know. Like, basically, this is how it's going to work. God's going to have a card. And all you can say is, yes or no. This is going to be. Da-da-da-da-da. Ding.
Come on, deal or no deal.
This is going to be.
I can't wait to hear this question tomorrow because you really gasp, like.
Isn't it?
No, because it's like, it's a definitive yes or no answer.
Is it?
And it's something that I want to know.
Okay, we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't forget, please.
No, I won't forget. I'll write down.
And the second headline, trigger warning. A girl and her mother was found stabbed to death in their home. So a 12-year-old girl found dead inside a house where her mother had been stabbed in the abdomen, police have said, while a man arrested on suspicion of their murders remains in hospital. The girl and her 44-year-old mother were found dead inside a house in Great Waldenfield near Sudbury on the 8th of September, Suffolk police have said. The force said that the 46-year-old man who was inside the house had been arrested on suspicion of 2 accounts of murder and remains in hospital in a stable condition. The girl died of a stab wound to the abdomen. A post-mortem examination carried out on Tuesday recorded. An earlier post-mortem examination recorded that her mother died of pressure on the neck, police have said. Officers were called to the address just after 9:55 a.m. on the 8th of September to reports of concerns for the safety of individuals at a property in Heath Estate. Police obviously arrived and found the girl and her mother dead. They also found a man who had serious injuries and was taken by air ambulance to Addenbrooke Hospital in Cambridge for treatment. He remains there in a stable condition and he is under arrest on suspicion of 2 counts of murder, police said on Wednesday. The force said detectives believe the 3 people were known to each other, describing it as a contained incident with no wider threat to the community. The girl and her mother have not yet been formally identified by police. So yes.
Wild.
Yeah, man. Sorry to end it on a sad note.
Yeah.
What did you put on the ticker?
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Old thing
So that spun me too.
to remove.
Can I say, we need to have a serious conversation. So about the trigger warning stuff. Do we need a trigger warning?
I don't think it hurts for us to put it, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's where
Actually,
I
yeah, that well,
understand.
that's actually in the conversation, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it doesn't hurt nobody, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a thought I had.
Yeah, that's the end of the headlines.
Alrighty, well, let's get into the outro. That's true. That is true. But yes. Thank you guys for an amazing show as always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us, for liking. Big up our caller as well. Was that someone that we knew? Because the voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
It was G. It's okay.
I thought it was your boy.
Not someone from TMB. I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought someone from TMB.
I thought it was someone from the community.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Chijoke.
Yeah.
Chijoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up you, Chi. But yeah, thank you guys as always for supporting us. We appreciate it. Do like the video as well. The video is going to stay up, so share that in your group chats, all that great stuff. Do follow us on all our social media platforms as well, the day after TNB. And if you would like to send messages or voice notes or anything in for asking for a friend, sis, what would you do? Also, the number to call when we're on air, it's 075 6484 1073. And join the community. How to join the community? So type into your browser, community, 2 M's, .thenewblack.com. That's how you join the community. And then you will also, when you get there, you'll find instructions of how to join the TDA Backstage Access, which you get a month free subscription to enjoy all the good benefits that we give you. And we've also got a big announcement coming, but again, that will be on. You have to join the community to get to know that, and it's not something you want to miss, to be honest. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. We'll be here for our favourite day of the week, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Have a nice
Also, are we
Thursday.
here Monday?
No, it's bank holiday.
Okay. Because it was a different type of bank holiday, I thought.
Yeah, that's true. Does our contract even cover ad hoc?
What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to ask
Obviously,
you.
everybody's home, so everybody will be tuned in.
Ooh! Well, can we start later then?
I don't mind coming.
You could do whatever you guys want to do.
Okay, do you know what?
Just
Guys,
not,
let us know.
just not that at that time.
Do you guys want to? Should we do a live watch of the funeral?
Well, we could do, to be fair, we could do something. Not like the whole funeral, but we can give
Yeah,
our,
well, which would be like,
we
you
can
know.
do our quick takes. Or have the funeral there. Actually, we can't because Mark's in it.
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
throughout the show, just refer to it.
Yeah.
Oh, so-and-so doing something.
I actually wouldn't mind.
What time is it though?
We'll start like at 11. Because kids don't have school, innit?
But it depends on what time the funeral is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll check what time the funeral is. Let us know, guys, in the comments quickly. Should we be here on Monday? Will you guys be tuning in on Monday? Or Ben, you could have done a poll. That'd be jokes.
All right, I'm going to do a poll right now, right, as you're here.
And what? Where,
That would be
and what-
hilarious.
Continue
Wear
talking for a
black.
little while.
Everyone wear black.
For what?
The funeral.
I'm going pink.
No, but to have the theme in it.
All right.
Alright.
I'm going to keep the same energy, baby.
Listen, let's all wear pastel colours. Exactly, I can't be a hypocrite. I wear black all week,
No,
but
but it's just to contribute to the theme.
yeah, I suppose that's true. So say, okay, it starts later, get some sleep. Yeah, we want it. Yeah, run it. Maybe not comment on the funeral.
Imagine.
Why?
No, we're not gonna like make jokes. Obviously, it's a funeral.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make jokes about it. Just look, there's Charles.
Do you know what? Chas.
Just
Okay, I think we should do it, man.
All right, cool.
Oh, Ebony Onyx is gone.
Gone where?
Said tomorrow will be my last day tuning in until after the wedding. I'll see you guys
I'll just put the camera to
October
Yusuf.
3rd. Have a lovely wedding,
get
Ebony.
a camera off my face, man.
Ebony Onyx. She was meant to come in to speak to us about sickle cell.
Yeah.
Oh, was that who was supposed to come in?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, one tussle. Okay, people are voting. It's so far, it's 100% yes.
Serious?
Yeah, it's like over 20 votes so far.
You don't need to pay for lunch, man, or something, man.
See, someone said the queen was a pastel woman. As in a pastel colour
Oh, that's
woman.
true,
So,
actually. Yeah, she did. She was.
Yeah, I saw a picture. They put like a collage together of all her
Yeah.
colourful outfits. It's like a rainbow.
I'm going to come in.
Like that. She literally wore every colour.
Looking
you
like
could
a
think
bag
of.
of
Boom, boom, boom,
Skittles.
boom.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. Well, Ebony Onyx have a lovely, beautiful wedding.
Yeah.
Praying your
Enjoy.
marriage is blessed
Congrats.
and your home is blessed.
Amen to that.
Yeah, okay. Let's do Monday. I think we should do Monday. Everyone down?
Let's not make it official right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let's
Why?
not be hasty now.
You know what I mean?
When you was out here volunteering £10 in my purse.
I tried to cut it down to 5, but he wasn't having it.
I'm so okay. Do you know, okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off air. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, we may have some other commitments. But
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
see.
we'll talk about it. First of all, how are you gonna have other commitments when
Like, you know what
it's
it is?
an ad hoc bank holiday?
What am I doing on Sunday? That rolls over. I mean, I might.
But you would have had to be here anyway if she didn't die.
Yeah, but she did.
Exactly.
Cut the cameras.
In advance.
cut the cameras. All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow anyway. Bye.
Peace.
Base.